episode 14. You got what I was going to say it, didn't you?
I thought you were going to say it. Aye.
Just for people who don't know what we're talking about, Kenny just betted me a tenner that I wouldn't say it. We are back for this
you
episode.
Did just say it, so that's
you knew I was going to say that. Right, so today we've got former Youth Rangers, Ross County and Ventura County Fusion star, and the guy with the best hair in the West, Max Ashmore. So thanks for coming on, mate.
Not a problem, mate. I don't know about the best hair. It's just growing back and everyone's got a lockdown trend. But
you had a baldy, didn't you?
I did, mate. I have a baldy every January, mate. That's my thing. So
you're trying to get a new team?
It just makes me look hard, mate. The whole reason for it is so that I scare people when they realise that I'm not actually that kind of player. Not me.
Aye. Love that. That's like the guy who used to get the pure multicolour boots and my pure pants. So how was it me with my Diadora boots, Kev? My orange Diadoras.
Aye, that's for another day. Anyway.
I know, sorry.
Max, how's it going, mate? What's lockdown? How's lockdown been for you?
Well, it's been tough, mate, to be fair. I'm mostly still playing. That's probably been the hardest part of it, is not actually playing football. I mean, for me, not knowing if I was still enjoying football quite as much as I probably was before. It's probably a good time for me to see if I was going to miss it or not, and I have. But I've still been working the whole time through it. Sitting on my laptop all day and just watching games can be a bit draining at times. But I'm quite blessed in the job that I've got, so it could be a loss. And I see a lot of people get made redundant and all the rest of it, mate. And it's terrible. So I'm just blessed to have a job that I've kept and I've still been doing this whole time to keep me busy.
Right, you can tell you've done a lot of football interviews, eh?
Aye.
I never knew what age you were till obviously I started being quite creepy and looking into you. I can't believe it. See the way you've just spoke there, like you're 22.
22, mate.
How I can't believe somebody just speak like that, feeling so grateful and blah blah. Like at 22, I think I was at college and didn't care about anybody else other than myself, really. So that's nice that you think like that. And
what we're going to do, basically, we're going to jump back, Max, just go through, talk about your sort of football journey and your career so far and where it's kind of ended up. So we'll go back. So growing up, so whereabouts was you grew up? Was it Port Glasgow you grew up?
So just outside of Port Glasgow, so it's just like a village called Landbank. Not the most populated area in Scotland. It's actually quite quiet, but I think sort of later in life that actually benefited me quite a lot, coming from that sort of background and not having, I went to a primary school, there was only 70 of us in the whole primary school.
Wow.
And then making that transition from going for that into a high school that was one of the most populated in Scotland, just in Erskine, was a massive change. But I don't think if I wasn't brought up in that surrounding that I would be the type of person that I've turned out to be,
In what way do you think it was sort of grounded you a wee bit? Because do you mean if you'd kind of grown up in maybe a less fortunate area, you might have been kind of taken away from football a wee bit with some other activity?
I wouldn't say less fortunate, but I just think that, growing up in an area like that, when there isn't many people and you don't really try to think of the best way to sort of word this, I think that there was just more sort of attention and detail brought to me growing up as a person, actually learning, developing things. Because for me, I never actually went into Rangers until I got to high school anyway. So right. I think growing up in that sort of area, and I played in boys clubs that were based in Linwood and Kilbarchan, so I knew boys feel like Houston and those sort of areas, and seeing the sort of schools that they were in. And to be fair, I was probably at that time quite jealous to see how many, I'm not saying how many pals he had, but there was 2 or 3 years in my school that I've actually still stayed close to all the way through primary school. And that's probably quite nice, rather than it being, a group of 10, 11 boys. I've got 2 mates that are lifelong friends to me now, and I know they will be for the rest of my life. And and relating back to that, coming from a small place like we've came from, and we're all doing, one of the boys is living in Spain now, we're all doing really well in what we want to do, and it's just one of the things that it's turned out that you look back on and think you're probably quite grateful and where you grew up.
So see what you're saying, obviously, a boy went to college where he was the same, I can't remember where he's from. His school, I think, only had 50 people. So for when you go into school to when you leave school, there's always somebody kind of giving you advice or teaching you something, as opposed to, like you say, classes or schools that are really populated. You don't really get much attention, you're just getting thrown the kind of the syllabus that day. They're just throwing the information the bare minimum sometimes. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a bit thinking too much into it, but you get a hell of a lot more attention.
100%. 100%. You do, and my mum and dad are. I mean, I'm quite lucky that I've been so well looked after with my mum and dad growing up. Same as my brother. I've got an older brother, and you know, I know I mentioned earlier, but I'm grateful in the way they've almost given everything to me and my brother growing up. So I just feel like in years to come, I almost look back to them to let them chill out when they're later in life and try and hopefully give them a life that they can go and enjoy for the next 10, 15 years.
That's really nice, Amy. That's the dream, isn't it, really, for most people.
It's pure heartwarming, really, isn't it?
That's just because he knows his mum and dad are going to watch this.
Well, mate, I'll tell a story about my dad. So one of the transitions that I made was going from primary school to sort of the high school. So we used to play against Erskine, who obviously had all the boys that I was going to be going to school with in that team. So we were playing Erskine one time, and it was I don't know if you remember. Do you guys know Kilbarcon area well at all?
I don't know it well, but I've heard of it.
So there's a pitch in Kilbarcon, and it's like literally like the steepest hill. Let's see if you were playing it. So in the first half, if you had the hill going down, it was like literally like bombardment at their goal, and then if you're playing the second half, it was like you're doing hill sprints for the whole second half.
I've heard about this park because I stayed in Chapel. A few of my mates play football. I must have heard about this because as if the pitch sits like that.
Mate, honestly, it's like you'll switch the play to the right side, and then next thing you know, mate, the ball rolled all the way down the left side without anybody touching it. So we're playing one day, and our games against Erskine always used to be like, you know, everyone used to be up for it. It used to be blood rushing, like, you know what parents can be like, Scottish parents especially. It's like, like, you know what I mean? Talked about it, like major duty. So I think we were about, I mean, I wasn't even, now that I think back to it, it's actually ridiculous. I think we must have been about 11 or 12 at the time. And we used to have a boy that played with our team who, funnily enough, ended up signing at Rangers with me as well. But this boy was like, he probably built the way I am now when he was 11 or 12. He was Gannett McGreesh. But he had major temper problems. Like, I'm talking like, he used to, like, if a fly came on him in the pitch, he would just lose it, mate, totally, right? So we were playing against Erskine, and my dad always used to go and stand on the other side of the pitch and always try and, like, say, my dad used to call him Smiler. So anytime he used to get raging, my dad would go, "Hey, Smiler, like, stop what you're doing." But my dad's, like, the most light-hearted person in the world. Like, he would never, like, start an argument or, like, anything. So I remember playing, and then I can't remember what happened. All the parents were trying to get Gary sent off because he was causing Erskine all sorts of problems because he was right. I think he used to run 100 metres in about 9 seconds, mate. Or something. So, yeah. So my dad's trying to stop all the parents from getting sent off, blah blah blah. And I remember the game stopped, and the ref like runs over to the side of the pitch, and I swear to God, mate, and I turned round, right, and my dad's just get one of the parents by the throat, and I was like, mate, I'm 11 years old, right? So after the game, I'm in the car with my dad, and I'm greeting the whole way home, saying like, I'm going to have no pals when I go to high school. You're going to be the dad that everyone thinks like is going to like, try like the absolute psycho dad. And if I ever go down to anyone's house, and what if I go down to that boy's house that, like, in the day, be like, your dad try to choke slam me at a game? You know what I mean? So, funnily enough, like, my dad
thought, I know.
That's what I mean. But I mean, I ended up at high school, and funnily enough, the two boys that my dad was trying to scrap with, I've ended up being my best mates with, which is funny.
So was that the sort of first football team you kind of started? So how did you get into football first of all? So was it like you say boys club level? So what were the teams that you were playing with? You remember? Well,
the biggest influence for me to get into football was my granddad. My granddad was, you know, he absolutely loves football. He's really popular in the junior game. But he was somebody that always pushed me on as a young boy to play football. I played with Elmwood Rangers. That was my first real team. And then they folded, and I joined Glentyne Thistle just in Kilbarcon. But see, for me, when I was younger, I used to build a bowling ball, so I probably never really, like, the talent was always there because I'm left-sided. I was always like decent technically when I was younger. I could kick the ball the length of the pitch at the 7 sides, and like, I would just shoot for anywhere all the time. But the problem with me was I was always more kind of built out the way than I was up the way. And then as soon as I grew about 11, 12 years old, we played in a Rainford Vicks tournament just for Glentyne Thistle, and you know, it was the best I'd ever played probably at boys club level. And the scout Charlie Palmer, who funnily enough still works at Rangers now, he picked me up and brought me into Rangers, and the process went really quick, and I was lucky to have signed after that, and the rest is sort of history. So.
What age were you when you get signed with Rangers in?
So I was 12, so I was actually just going into high school at that point. So the way it kind of worked back then, it's slightly different to now. You basically went to Tory Glen first, and it was like a sort of develop. So it was like just a load of trialists. It wasn't the actual team. And then for that, you then went to like the training centre and played a game or trained or whatever it was. But for me, I went to the Tory Glen, did really well first day, get sent to the training. So that was literally on the Friday or the Saturday. I went to the training centre on the Sunday, and I'd signed with Rangers by the Monday. So it was like, that's like unheard of now. That wouldn't happen, you know. So, but I had Celtic on the phone. My dad was on the phone. Celtic were offering me, you know, pre-contracts when I was like 12 years old to go full time, and you know, I phoned my granddad. I remember phoning my granddad, and my granddad's a diehard Rangers supporter. I said, I've got the chance to. I said, I've got this chance to sign with Rangers Celtic, and he said, if I ever see you in that green and white kit, son, I'll not speak to you again. I just went, that's just like a mate down on it. So,
that's the that comes in Glasgow, eh?
It is, mate. It is boy blood, but you know, it was probably the right decision at that time. And you know, Rangers did offer me a contract there and then after going and doing really well my first trial against Motherwell, and you know, after that getting offered to sign, it was a no-brainer really.
So we always kind of
Sorry, Gav.
Sorry, on you go.
I was just going to say, do you remember that game? Like, you can remember the majority of that game just playing really well, and
mate,
just thinking, I've never played that well.
I feel like it was yesterday, honestly, but I mean, I hadn't even really been playing centre mid for that long at that time, because I kind of always grew up playing at the back and being a centre half. And you know, when I was younger, I think I'm probably the same height now as I was when I was 12. So,
How tall are you?
I would like to say I'm pushing 5'11", but Gav, you probably say I'm about 5'10", mate.
I've got to say 5'8",
so
5'8". If I'm on my knees, aye.
That was the question I was going to ask. Was we always a centre mid? So no, you started off at the back then.
Well, to be fair, I hadn't actually played centre mid for that long at the time. So when they asked me what my favourite position was before the game, I said centre mid. And then I think the game was 1 each. I came on, there was 20 minutes left, and I think I set up 2 goals or something. So it was just like automatically, like, I played really well. But I was on trial at United at the time for about a year and a half or something. And I just kind of went up there every Friday just for training, and they always see me as a centre half. Celtic also see me as a centre half as well. There's a boy, Dan Higgins, that's playing at Cowdenbeath now, who played with Celtic for a bit. They kind of seen us two as being a partnership at the back for them. But for me, once I played centre mid and once I played well, and when your boyhood club asks you to sign and you're up at the training ground and all the rest of it, it's a no-brainer.
Especially when you're knee deep in it in centre mid, aren't you? You're kind of doing a bit of everything. You must be a bit of a workhorse, eh? You must be a fit lad.
Maybe a few years ago, mate. I don't know about now, man. Honestly,
just your temper that carries you, eh?
Mate. Honestly,
I've seen some of your highlight reels, mate.
Are you grumpy?
I can be a bit of a hothead at times, mate. With the old well, I wouldn't even say I'm much of a hothead. I would just say I'm actually horrendous at timing my tackles, mate. So it just looks as if I'm like really aggressive, but I just can't like time my tackle well enough to like.
Okay, you just post goals, didn't you? Just like post goals.
Mate, you've just named my idol there. So there you go.
Do you think? See how I feel like everybody loves a left peg. I feel like it doesn't matter how good
it just looks so much more graceful, mate, than a right. It does.
I remember I very briefly played 11s at college. Did you ever play for a college team, Gav? No.
I think there was a college team when I was there, mate.
Was there no?
No.
Robert Anderson ran a college team for a year then, and it's our first game. We've trained once or something like that, but we're all quite
in a gym hall.
Fit. We ran in the gym hall 3 times, and we all huddled round for the first game. And these bright orange strips, no idea what we were doing, no idea what positions we were playing. But Robert's quite confident in Philippines, so he's like, "You play there, you play there, you play there." I went, "Is anybody a left foot?" And 2 of the boys went, "Me." He went, "One of you to take 3 kicks, right?" And I was like, "You don't even know that ability, man." That was it. I was like, "This must be a thing. This has to be a like, oh, you got a left peg, aye. Oh, you'll be good." So
see, now that you've said that though, I can't remember ever playing with a player that who's a lefty and isn't a decent player.
Oh, thanks, Gav.
I don't know what fit I kick with. My mates always take a piss with me for that. So just
both, mate. Have confidence. You're both.
I say that, but then you see me play and you go, "It doesn't know fit."
That's the thing, though, right? And see that see when I was growing up, see because my left foot was always so good, and I was late joining an academy. like I just never like actually at any point refused to like unless I absolutely had to, I would just not use my right foot at all. And see now, like I worked that much on it when I was at Rangers that it's no bad. I can actually get the ball off the deck now, to be fair. But I just stress to kids all the time in the academy like how important it is to be 2-footed. Like all the best players in the world now. Like you look at De Bruyne, for example, he is unbelievable with both feet, and it makes his life so much easier. Like, see if he's got the ball and he wants to hit a diag, he can do it either foot. You know, it's not like an issue.
It doubles his decisions. He's got 2 times as many decisions as somebody who's scared to use their other foot.
Exactly, mate. That's it. And you know the thing is, a few years later, I think Gav, you've obviously seen it, but when I was playing with County in the first 20 seconds of the game, I think I got the ball. And I honestly, like getting to nosebleed territory, I was like getting to the edge of the ball. The ball's on my right foot. And every single person, I think, in the stadium was shouting for me to pass it, and I hit it with my right foot. For some reason, it ended up flying the top bin, and I swear to God, you actually see me in the video, look down at my right foot and think, how's that just happening?
It's the absolute flick.
The only other person I've heard train like go, I feel like my left foot's really bad, is one of my mates, David Gal. I don't know if you played with him, Gav, but he's a tremendous player. He injured his right foot. He just loves football that much. He said I was out practising with my left foot every day just because I sprained it. I couldn't kick a ball with it hard, but just practice with your left foot. It's something it should go hand in hand. At training, you should be doing both feet. It shouldn't be like, well, you're really good with that foot, just practice with that foot. It should be both all the time.
100%. Well, here's an interesting story. Graham Murray told me a story about James Ward-Prowse. He said to James Ward-Prowse in a training session one day, because obviously he was coaching at Southampton and stuff, he said that, I'm going to count how many times you use your left foot today. And he was like, what? And he said, this week in training, if you use your left foot, he said, I can't remember how many times, he said, I'm going to take you off free kicks and penalties and all that stuff. And you know what, James Ward-Prowse is renowned for his set pieces.
Dead ball specialist,
So he said every time the ball came to him in training, you see James Ward-Prowse taking to his left foot, passing with his left foot, taking to his left foot, passing with his left foot. And if you watch him now, he'll comfortably take, I'm not saying that Graham Murray's made them both footed, but that's the sort of incentive that players now. So rather than me going, so say I've got Gav in a training session now, so what we'll do with kids, rather than me going, oh Gav, use your left foot today, you never use it, I'll be like, right Gav, we'll have like clickers, so like count how many times, I'll be like, you need to use your left foot 50 times a day in training. So that's passing drills, shooting, you know, games at the end, whatever it is that you do. So every time Gav touches the ball with his left foot, I'll be like, click, click. And at the end of it, you go, you know, it's reward for kids. That's what keeps it interested.
It's incentive as well, isn't it? Incentive.
How many times, though, do you get a kid playing the full, say it was an hour session, how often do you get it playing for 50 minutes with a right, and then for the last 10 minutes, they just play all with a left?
Well, that's a wee smart ass kids, mate.
That's the boys that are probably going to end up making it because they'll be arseholes.
So, see, when you were talking about obviously being in the Rangers Youth Academy, right? So, what can you tell us the kind of structure when you were coming through, and like what was the sort of characters in the changing rooms and training and coaches and stuff like that?
Different to now, mate. A lot different to now. It was probably, I mean, I'm not disrespecting any other boys that I grew up playing with, but there was probably about 5 or 6 years that really, really pushed each other through, and we all kind of came through together. And I think, to be fair to the rest of the kids, and to be fair to the coaches and stuff, they all knew that we were the best players on the team, like head and shoulders above. So it was like guys like myself, Ross McCrory, Robin McCrory, Ross Lyon, boy called Josh Jeffries, Jamie Brandon, who's now at Hearts. We were the ones who were like playing every minute of every game, every week.
Usually
like so. And then when it kind of, we were the ones that were playing up age groups. We were the ones that were, you know, that were mostly well looked after. Used to get a day release programme, so I probably missed more days of school than I was actually in school.
How did that work with school? Sorry, Max.
Was either one or the other, mate. That was the thing back then, and that's another thing that I try and stress to the kids now is they get that much support with all the school stuff now. Kenny, it's unbelievable, mate. Honestly, they get tutors. They've got a actual school that the kids go to at Beauclair and Bearsden.
Nice. I know Beauclair.
So after they finish school, the bus comes and picks them up for his training and takes them straight to the training ground to do their session up the road by 7 o'clock. Whereas I was literally getting off my school bus, getting on the bus to go to training, and then getting home at 9-10 o'clock at night. So the thing is
it?
Well, I was doing my homework on the bus, you know what I mean? So, like...
You were doing it though?
Well, I was doing it, sort of. The amount of times I've done my homework actually in class while the teacher was talking was unbelievable, mate. I swear to God, I think I've got the record most amount of times. But that's what kind of, I wouldn't say annoys me, but see, when I was in primary school, we used to have a thing called, I don't know if you said it, it was like the Ducks Awards. So it's like the person who's like the smartest in the school, whatever it is. So I was like runner up in my primary school, and don't even say it, there was like, my school was full of smart people, trust me, right? It wasn't like a special school or something, I mean, so. But and then when it came to high school, mate, it was just as if school get completely thrown out the window. And see, for my mum's really, my brother went to uni and did law and got like a degree, and like, and I was probably smarter than him growing up. But so for my mum, that was quite hard to see me just kind of pack school and just and I try to do a higher in maths and English, but see, as soon as I was going to school, once I went full time, I was going to school once a week, and I was trying to do probably the hardest hires you can do. I was missing 4 days of school, and it was just like, I used to go into the class. That's how bad it used to be. My games with the reserves used to be on a Tuesday. I would go in on the Wednesday, and I would go into the library because I wouldn't have any classes to go to, and I would just watch my game for the night before. So I wouldn't even so it was like,
it's a shame.
But
it's an ultimatum, innit?
But it's kind of worked out now, Kenny, so I'm quite glad that it's worked out the way it has.
Sorry, Max, but see the other side of the spectrum, see if you'd got to 1920 and you'd been released and you didn't have anything, and you weren't getting picked up by another team, like, I could imagine that'd be quite difficult for a player, though, do you know what I mean, to have nothing. Well,
Gav, it happened to me, and I know we're going to touch on it later, but that was basically why I ended up doing PT, because I had nothing else to do, mate. Like, I spoke to Scott Agnew, who was my coach at United, who I know quite well, and he was running the courses, and quite a lot of the boys that ended up coming out of part-time football were just doing PT because they knew nothing else, and there was no other way for them to get into and I was quite lucky that the job at the Village came up at the time like it did, but I mean, there's so many footballers, mate, that just come out, and the PFA brilliant with it, and the fact that they put that many courses on for footballers if they come out of football, and they've got that much support for the footballers that come out of it. But I know, like, honestly, mate, I could probably tell you about 100 footballers that come out of football and don't know what they're going to do, like, just don't know at all. And it's a shame that it is, because nobody deserves that, but that's just the way that football was back then. I feel like the schools have really kind of came to grips with it more recently, but especially Rangers, and I'm not just saying that to be biased, but the support that Rangers give the kids and the parents now is just unbelievable.
See when you're talking about that there, I got worked with a guy, and he became quite not a good mate, not close or anything like that, but I would have considered him a mate. Chris Mitchell, played with Clyde.
I know him,
and stuff like that, and Mitch ended up committing suicide, unfortunately. But they've set up the Chris Mitchell Foundation now, so it's for ex-pros who are coming out to play, because he was giving up football. He'd got a new job, and it was quite a good job and stuff like that, but see when you don't know anything, and there's so much pressure on you, and you've had this lifestyle, and you're trying to adapt to working maybe an office job or something totally out of your system, out of your realm, and then you've not got the changing room banter, you've not got all these sort of things that play a big factor, do you know what I mean? So I think, like you say, PFA are obviously doing a good job to try to help the sort of mental health of players who are coming out of football and adapt and stuff like that.
It's massive, mate. See, for the last 4 months I was at Ross County and I was injured. That's the worst. I couldn't think it ain't worse than playing football at that time. And I actually read something the other day, and I hope you don't mind, I'll read it out, but it was just something I seen, and I actually posted an Instagram story, you might have seen it, but it's called The Footballer's Iceberg. And what it is, this is basically the way it works. So it says what you see in the surface. So it's possessions, acceptance, fame, money, followers, power, and sponsorship. So there's like the things that you would see for footballers, and then it's saying what you don't see behind the scenes. And I suppose you could relate this to anything in life, right? I'm not just trying to sympathise for footballers, but this is the sort of experiences I went through when I was at Ross County, because I ended up gambling quite a lot and doing all that sort of stuff, like all the bad habits that you get into. So it's dieting, pressure, mental, physical trauma, new cultures and environments, strict daily regime, relationship with coaches, haters and people wanting you to fail, self-doubt, discipline, loneliness, countless sacrifice, rejection and injury. So it's quite a lot of things. And there's,
did you see that on Sam Hayes' profile?
I just seen it. It came up on, I think Martin Waghorn actually posted it when I seen it, mate.
I saw it the other night on Sam Hayes. He's another trainer and stuff like that. and I saw it and I was like, you don't know what anybody's going through at all. Like,
No.
people get, like you're saying, oh, you're living this high life, playing there and playing this, and you're not hearing anything at all. It's
You only see the
so many things
exterior, you
behind
don't see
closed
what's
doors,
actually
isn't
happening.
Well, is it? You could say the same thing in life, and I've seen quite a lot of replies to Waggett, like Martin Waghorn saying it was, you could relate to that to anything in life, which 100% you absolutely
True.
could, and I know, but footballers are literally like people are on you all the time, like on you
They're in the
all the
public
time,
eye.
and especially when you're at a club like Rangers or Celtic. I mean, I was an under 20 at Rangers, and if I was going on a night out, and I'm not just like saying this to me, and it probably happens with all the other boys that go out, but as soon as we were going out, there was like people coming up, like Rangers supporters and that, coming up to you being like, why are you out, like what are you doing? There was Celtic supporters coming up to you, like after I scanned James McFadden at Ibrox, it was all over the papers and all over the news and everything. I went to Jelly Baby that night. Everyone remembers Jelly, unbelievable, right?
Oh, it was brilliant. Great night out.
I was in Jelly Baby that night, mate, and I swear to God, there must have been about 20, 30 folk that came up to me and were like, why did you scan James McFadden? Because like the papers made it out as if like
you meant to take it out.
I was just like standing next to him, and I've just like that and pulled his shorts down. But if you actually see the footage, he's taking the ball away from me, and I've went to grab him, and I've just pulled his shorts down rather than his top. So, but everyone was coming up to me and they're like, why did you just pull his pants down? And I was like, I never. It just made me out as if I was like a pure freak.
I just wanted to see his bum.
But that could see if you were the strong-willed, you could really take that to heart, couldn't you? Because somebody who's maybe got a wee bit of issues or thinking about something a bit too much, you could probably take that the wrong way. But
there's a lot of things like that in football, mate. There's a lot. I mean, when I was up at Ross County and I stayed literally like for me my stairs away for a bookies, mate, that was the only thing that, I mean, we were literally, I was going in at 8 o'clock in the morning, doing a session before the session, having breakfast, doing the session, whatever, training in the afternoon, and I would do the gym, so I'd be staying there till like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I stayed with a Scouser, Tom Gravost, who's still up there, and mate, we used to come home for training and go straight to the bookies every day after training because there was nothing else to do. It was either that or the Xbox. And until we'd done that, it was until the bookies had shut at 10 o'clock at night, we were just sitting putting horses on all the time. Like,
wow.
It's not as if you also can't bet in football, but mate, I could have told you probably every single horse that was running the Grand National that year, like off by heart, and what their traits were, and it was just like ridiculous, mate. Like how much we actually bet that year. But
I remember.
I went
into the bookies in Bearsden, and Kyle Laffey was down there and just feeding the roulette machine £20 notes.
He could afford it, but
I know.
But you hear on that when Andy Halliday was talking about Robert Snodgrass the other day. Snodgrass is somebody that I'm mad camp, but mate, it's like a way to get away for the football and think about something. Because I bet in darts all the time. Darts was my worst thing. Like every Thursday, mate, like just waiting and like 518s coming in, but like dancing about my room, but it's like nothing else.
Did you even get Sky Telly and Dingwall?
Oh mate, honestly, it was that. I was a thing, mate. There's like people with 12 fingers and that up there, mate. I swear to God, it's just like.
Sorry, it's always going there. I ordered a pint.
Oh, look at that!
I mean,
where did that come from?
Desperados. It's my good lady, man. She's too nice.
Oh right, I thought you got it delivered. I was like,
I phoned one place in Partick to deliver me a pint.
Drive-through pints.
I'm posh. I just have a wee pint machine down the stair.
Right, we went off a wee bit of tangent there, mate. It was brilliant. Right, but Max, back to the going through the sort of academy and stuff like that. So some of the players, obviously, you mentioned, like, what you started at 12. And then what's the sort of under system? You go to like under 17, 16, 17, 18, 20 or something like that?
So when I was there, I was from under 13s to under 15s.
Right.
And then we went from under 15s to under 17s. And then it went from under 17s straight to under 20s, like reserves. Right. So I was playing under 17s. I think the first time I played with them I was 2 years early. So I was an under 15 at the time.
Right.
And then I played every game for a year. Under 17, so a year above myself. Me and Ross McCrory played just about every game, and I was playing left mid at the time. So if anyone knows me, I've actually got absolutely no pace, right? So I played left mid for the full year. So Billy Kirkwood, who was our coach at the time, said to me, every time you get the ball out of the halfway line, cross it. So mate, I would literally
the halfway line.
Like, so literally, if I stepped over the halfway line, mate, I would cross it. like just look for a ball either over the top, mate, or just like look to hit the striker in some way.
It's a big
So,
Stevie G in it, man. A big thing, man.
but it's because he knew, mate, that if I squared somebody up 1v1, the right back would just be like, not a problem, mate. If you want. So that's the thing. So, and then I think I made my debut with the reserves when I was 16, 15, 16. 15 or 16, I can't remember, but it was Ian Durant. So Ian Durant basically. But mate, wait till you hear this, right? So I get called Joey, right, for a full year, mate. Like a full year. Like every single person in the club called me Joey for a full year. So Ian Durant used to call me Jolly Taxi, which is like Maxi. Right. So it eventually became Jolie. So it went from Jolly Taxi to Jolie to Joey. So I used to go around and train with the first team, right? And Mark Warburton would like sit with like the team sheet. So I would always play left back when I was around with the first team, right? So he would read the team sheet out, and I remember this one time he was like, Max at left back, and then everyone's like, Max.
Who's Max?
Who's Max? And then I'm like, Joey. So I swear to God, mate, see if I was to like walk by like, I don't know, see like Nico Crancher or Joey Barton or something, they would think my name was Joey. Like,
well, that's just... Now they know, mate, because they're going to see this and they're going to know your name's Max.
Once I get Joey Barton on the podcast.
How do you feel about that? Like, do you know that way? There's a guy in my work, like the guy that owns the company, his name's Gully, and he calls him like James or something like that, and he calls him James all the time. I'd be like, listen, just to clarify my name, James.
Well, mate, you know exactly where that.
Okay, it is what it is, and just go, mate.
Well, mate, I was going around and training with the first team, and it was like Kenny Miller and Andy Halliday and Nico,
what a big name.
These sort of guys that were calling me Joey, and I wasn't going to turn around and go, guys, actually, my name's Max.
I think they would respect you for that. I think they go,
no, I think they would take the piss right at you.
Shut your hole.
That's how I don't make it. That's how I'm the idiot.
It's one of the things, mate, you know. But Durante was brilliant. He gave me my chance really, really early, and again, me and Ross were. I mean, it's quite funny because when I first went up to reserves, I don't know if you know who he is, but remember when Rangers had about 5 or 6 boys from Newcastle on loan when Mike Ashley first took over. The boy Kevin and Babu, who's now playing with Werder Bremen.
He's class, right back.
Mate, he played with us for a foot. He is honestly, mate, like not just one of the worst players I have ever played with. Like, no way. Ever.
Really, aye?
And there was one time where, mate, I actually got left out the Youth Cup squad my first year playing. I'd played like the last 4 games and I'd played really, really well. And I got left out the Youth Cup squad at Hampden when they could beat half Celtic because he played centre defensive mid. And I remember watching the game, mate, and I was like, you're actually hopeless, mate. Like, he's proved me wrong, isn't he? Jesus.
I was going to say, so what would you think changed for him? Do you know? Or you're just no even...
No idea, mate. Honestly, no idea. I remember, but mate, it wasn't even like more than like 5 months later. He played against Chelsea at St James's Park, and he actually bossed Hazard, like bossed him. And I remember me and all my pals are sitting behind me, and I'm like, "Wait till you see us clown me." Oh no! And then Hazard's trying to get by him, we're like, "Boff!" I was like,
"Be fair, the boy, Mbabu, he's rapid though, isn't he? One thing he's got his pace, so
mate, I swear he must have been playing second gear when he was playing with us, mate, because he never used it once. So, but for me, mate, when I was younger, you know, playing, I think I was 15 or 16 at the time, and playing in the midfield with like Kyle Hutton, even Kevin and Babu, you know, guys like that, it was really beneficial for me at a young age, especially Kyle Hutton, who I'd seen before I'd even signed for Rangers, playing against Man United and playing with the first team, and you know, playing centre mid with him, he helped me massively the first sort of few games that I played.
Even you're talking about the senior players and stuff, like what sort of senior players or ex-pros were kind of kicking about when you were growing up? Were you just in awe, like try to take it in, because you've obviously grew up with your family and obviously big Rangers supporters, and were you just kind of were you a bit starstruck looking at these guys, or who was kind of kicking about?
I wouldn't say I was starstruck, mate, because as much as they were big names, but when I was there, mate, it wasn't like, I see Jermaine Defoe kicking about the training room now. and I see Stephen Davis and
Steven Gerrard.
Stephen, mate, when he walks into a room, it's like the air actually just like you can't breathe anymore, right? Like,
is it that's the absolutely my wee brother actually went on holiday one year and brought me back the mad sketches you get from machines and it's signed. He brought that back, man. I love Stephen Gerrard.
Oh mate,
is it a good way when he enters the room? Is it a good aura or is it
unbelievable, mate? He's just got
tension?
that presence about him, like he's just mate. See, the very first time I met him, like we were playing a staff game, and I hadn't met him yet, and I knew he was going to be playing, right? So basically, Colin Stewart, who's now the first team goalkeeping coach, came round to my office and he went, "If you get a boots with," because I was training.
I'll say that, Gav. You're his best pal. I'll say
it. He basically came round and he said, "What you doing like after work or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just going to train later on." And he said, "Well, so you get your boots with you, blah blah blah." And he said, "There's a staff game after if you want to play." So I was like, so I knew instantly he was going to be playing. So I hadn't met him yet. So I put my boots on. All the rest of it. He went right just on the pitch at 4:00. So I'm like, oh my God, like I'm actually bricking it. So walked down the first team side, and I swear to God, mate, as I've came out the door, he's came out the door next to us at the exact same time. But it's like quite a long walk it's probably about a 5-minute walk to like the back pitch. So I was like, so he just came straight up to me, like straight away. And that way I didn't even any time to think about it. I was just like, I just shook his hand and I was like, and he's like, "Oh, I'm Stephen." And I was like, you know what I mean?
I'm Joey.
Oh, God,
he's like, "You Joey Barton told me you." And he was like, "Nice to meet you," all the rest of it. So he then just started asking me like just like talking to a normal guy, like just like I was talking to you two, just normal as anything. And then he asked me, he's like, "Oh, what did you do before this?" And I was like, "Oh, I played at Ross County." So he started asking me about how they were co-managers and how it sort of worked. And I said, "Oh, it works quite well. I think they kind of bounce off each other and it's like 50-50 split." And he was like, "It wasn't really like that at Liverpool when it was Gerard Tilley and Roy Evans, because Gerard Tilley, everyone just knew he was a manager." And I was like, "Well, I think that's sort of different, Stephen." But
there's a significance different. See, no, tell us about this game. Sorry, I'm going to talk absolute pants. So you talk about the game.
Basically, like we were playing against. So there's a barber called Russell Cowie who cuts like all the first team and all the coaches and stuff here. So he just brought like the team that he plays with in, and I was playing left mid. So every time I get out of the halfway line, just cross it again.
Definitely.
the best I know. But so it was like who was playing? So like Tom Culshaw was playing. I thought I was going to say Gary McAllister was playing, but it wasn't. Like Brian Gilmore was playing, just guys that were like, played at Rangers stuff at a decent level. But then the gaffer told me before the game, call him gaffer now, right? If that's all right.
Oh, I should.
He said to me before the game, he was like, "Oh, you're replacing Peter Lovenkrands, by the way, so you better be as good as him." And I was like, that's when my arse went. So
completely different set of skill sets there. So.
But the thing is that the game started, before the game started, we kind of done like a wee passing drill warm-up thing, and he'd seen we'd done a wee shooting thing, and I remember the first ball I got, I've actually just whipped one like unbelievable, mate, like into like the goalie didn't move right, and then so the gaffer turns around and everything, he's like, "Oh, give this lad the ball." And I was like, I'm gonna get like a contract here. I'm still only 21. Like, I was like, I could still do a job for the gaffer.
Feels as if that's probably like the worst thing you could have done. Like you should have put an average ball so that
scuffed it.
The P wasn't on you, like the heavy P.
I was going to use my right foot. That's the thing. So it was my strong foot. But the game started, mate, and he was just like, just a joker.
Just unbelievable.
Mate, he actually got the ball right back at one point, and obviously I was playing left mid, and he was about 80 yards away from me, and I had so much space, but not that way where I'm just like, I'm just going to like drift inside, or I'm just going to like just stay space for us. Mate, I swear to God, he absolutely lasered one to my foot for about 80 yards away, like right to my toe, and I was just like, and then we got a corner, and I think it was 0-0 at the time, and I've swung it in, mate, and there he is, mate. Up header. I was like, mate, that's like Stan Bill, man. Honestly,
I was going to say that's the Champions League final, wasn't it?
Mate, it was just.
But it's definitely not. But
but it's the same goal.
But mate, do you want to know what the worst thing about it was, right? So I'd played 90 minutes with them, and I went to training after, and we got battered at training, like major duty battered. I ended up fracturing my metatarsal on my foot. Showed up to work the next day in crutches. The gaffer walked past my office, seen me in the crutches, and he was like, can't even play a game of 90 minutes. I was
Is
like,
your contract ripped up?
He was coming in with papers. He was coming in with papers, and you're like, they're my pals, crutches.
Yeah, I just came back, but so it was about 2 months later, and we were playing a game on the Saturday, and then they were playing another staff game, but the gaffer, like, so it was like my first game back, so I knew I was going to play like 20 minutes or something, so we had like a day where I brought a wee boy in to meet the gaffer and all that, because we were trying to sign him, basically. And the gaffer walks past me and he goes, "Oh, we've got a staff game today again, you're going to play?" And I was like, "Oh no, I can't today, I've got my own game." And he's like, "Oh yeah, who are you playing for?" And I was like, "Doesn't matter, mate."
Aye. You know them. But it was just I remember I was going my first holiday. Me and Paul were going to Ibiza for the first time. We're sitting on the plane. It was this wee old couple sitting next to me. So I had a few drinks. Plane takes off. Ordered a few more drinks. And I said to them, "Do you want anything?" Not that I was buying, just that the woman was saying, asked them if they wanted anything. And I ended up talking to the guy, and it turned out it was Stevie G's agent's dad.
Okay.
All right.
Aye, so I was talking about him, like, "So you knew before he was coming?" He's like, yeah, no, he stayed at our house and stuff like that. I went, "So you've met him?" I'm like, "So what's he like?" I just couldn't stop asking questions. I was like, I said to him at a point, "But you wish you never told me this now," because I was like, so what was the story like? How did it end up coming about? And like, was it a done deal right away, or was there a lot to go? And he's just like, I don't know. I'm really sorry, mate.
Shut up, mate.
I'm just, your ear is bleeding. Do you want me to buy you a drink? Like, I will do it this time. Like,
apparently, it was when his under-18 team played at Ibrox. Apparently, that was what kind of sparked it.
But interesting.
See you said about like having an aura. There's certain probably players and managers. Like I'd imagine, like she's a captain, maybe like somebody like Roy Keane, or she would talk about like Walter Smith walking into a room. Everybody knows that's there's something just clicks in the air. Aye.
So we should be talking about Max, because that's why he's here. We've went on a tangent about Stevie G.
Lads.
We've went in two tangents. No. Listen, this is all about you. It's certainly not about us, and it's not about me sitting there playing next to Stevie G's agent star. So
these are the stars of the show, lads. That's a thing.
Not at all, mate. Furthest from it.
I've not got an office, so you've got an office.
That's it. Just speaking about offices, that's a tremendous background you've got there, mate.
Oh, mate, I don't know what photos are on there.
Is that you meeting Donald Trump there? That photo there?
There's a photo of me and an elephant up there, mate, to be fair.
That's what you said, Donald Trump. But so, see, getting back to the players that you played with during the ranks, you mentioned obviously like Ross McCrory and Robbie and stuff like that. Who would, if you could pick one from that group, would it be Ross that you thought would have probably go on to do the best?
No,
or you? Could have been you?
Not me. Honestly, I'm not just saying this to blow my own trumpet, but I think probably me, Ross Lyon, and our boy called Josh Jeffries were the best three out of us.
You were the captain, weren't you? Were you the captain?
In reserves, I was, but
see, just briefly, see the reserves team. Did they ever used to play first teams? Like, did they ever used to be like
not at that time, mate.
No,
not at that time.
No.
But it was basically. I mean, Ross is probably going to. I mean, I don't think he would disagree, but when Ross was like 12, 13, Robbie, who's obviously the goalie now, was about. When we were 12, 13, Robbie was about 6'1" back then as well. Like, you know, mate, like you're laughing like that. It's not even a joke, honestly. Like, the boy was like massive. So he was playing with Scotland 2 years above himself at the time. So he was wanted by like Ajax. Sir Alex Ferguson phoned him to get him into Man United.
Wow.
Like, there was all sorts of teams, mate, after him at that time, and it was like all about Robbie. It was a Robbie show, like nothing to do. Nobody knew about Ross at all. So I almost think that kicked Ross on when he was a young boy, because the background that they both come from, really nice family, well-grounded boys. They both worked extremely hard. Like, but I just think that all that attention Robbie got when he was younger is giving Ross almost like the fuel
to the fire.
So growing up, I mean, I remember coming back one pre-season and Ross was just like a different beast of a boy. Like
just on it.
One like I used to win the yo-yo, like that was my thing. Like the yo-yo test was like my thing. So like the fitness test, and Ross came back.
Is
And I
that the
remember
bleep test?
the bleep test, aye. But the yo-yo is like almost like it starts at a higher pace, so it doesn't last as long, but it's like a lot harder. So
it starts at like level 6 or something, is it no?
Aye, it starts.
I'd say that's far better for footballers, but there's no point in being beep and waiting for 2 minutes. That's brilliant.
That's what it's all about. So, but me and Ross basically, like, I was running, and that by the level I was at when I used to be bowling, I used to know that I'd already won, so I could probably like go on a couple of levels and just drop out.
Just chuck it.
I remember looking to the left side of me, and Ross is still like absolutely cruising, and I was like, "Oh my god, mate! Like he's gonna beat me here." I think I beat him by like 1 run the end up or something. But
did you beat him?
Aye, but for him to come back.
But you knew there was something else there.
Because he won all the sprints. He's probably the fastest player I played with.
Really?
Aye, which you wouldn't believe, but he is rapid, mate. Honestly, like so quick. But in terms of, I mean, you talk about Ross.
Yeah, actually, see, now you're thinking about best players, right? You're a couple of years older than him, obviously, but Billy Gilmore.
Billy, mate, I was just about to say that.
Billy Gilmore, man, because he was like what 14 and was playing with you guys, or 15 and was playing with you guys.
15, mate. He was 15 at the time.
15.
I remember. I don't understand how this works. I just you must be an exceptional talent to be playing.
Mate, he's playing in the Chelsea first team.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
I just find it madness.
But here's the thing, right? So I was training with the first team quite significantly at that time, so I was barely really training with the reserves, and I remember he came round. So this wee boy comes round to train with us, and he's like,
mate, he was a wee boy though, eh?
Wee boy, mate.
I know he is. So
he's genuinely built like at this time, but I'm talking like he's built like a Wayne. Like he's got braces. He's like not got a hair in his face, mate. He probably didn't even have a pube at the time, right? And like he's came out to train, right? And I swear to God, I was like that to Barjo, like Jim Barjones. I was like, "Who's that?" And he was like, "Oh, you Billy. He's been training with us. He's been doing really well." I was like, "How old is he?" He's like 15. Mate, we played a bounce game. Well, not a bounce game. We played a game at the end, and he was playing against Jason Holt, Andy Halliday, and I think Kenny Miller was playing 10. Mate, he absolutely gave him the runaround, mate. Like major duty. Like,
I love that.
Unbelievable.
Max,
see
what?
Just
sorry,
that hearing that. So just to see just that way, like see the wee bit Dembele that plays for Celtic. See that
whole,
aye, and he's just about 10. He comes on. He's strong. He's confident. He's playing in front of 50,000 people, and he just doesn't faze him. That's sort of stuff. That's just stuff that you just.
I went to see. I went to. Was it last season? I must have been always last season. No, since obviously the COVID thing, but the previous season. I went to one of the last games of the season. We were playing Hearts at Parkhead, and it was Karamoke Dembele got his debut.
Oh, really?
And then me and my brother were there, and we're like, I wonder what this wee boy's going to be like. He came on, mate, and I'm not kidding on. Like, the boy's like, he's like 5'1", right? He looks absolutely tiny compared to these players. And he was playing against Aaron Hickey?
Aaron Hickey, aye.
Left back for Hearts. He's also a young boy. But he absolutely tore him a new arsehole, and he was like so good.
Yeah.
You think he's going to be on to be something big, isn't he? But then you thought about wee Billy. I remember you saying, Max, that he was like, I know he was quite small and his frame's no like he's not the broadest, he's not the biggest, but he absolutely flies into tackles and he's not scared to put himself about.
Well, it does. I mean, obviously, I've told you that story before, I think, when we were playing Hibs, and it was a soaking wet day, like horrendous day, up at Hibs training ground. We were playing the grass, pitch, it was like a bog. So it was me, Harry Forrester, and Billy playing centre mid, but you had like Danny Wilson, you had Joe Dodo, you had like all these experienced players playing this game. So Billy, so there's a boy called Scott Martin who's playing Hamilton now, who like he's about 3 years older than me, so he was playing in the midfield and he was smashing me, Harry and Billy, like every chance he got. And me and Scott Martin used to ding dongs all the time in the middle of the pitch, so he's smashing us. So he like proper smashes me. And wee Billy comes running over and he goes, I'm going to fucking smash him. I was like, right, Billy, like, calm down, like, it's fine. He was like, me and Harry will act him, like, we'll deal with him, mate, it's fine. Like, if he gets sent off, don't worry about it. So Scott Martin gets the ball, mate, turns, wee Billy just clatters into him, mate, like 2 foots him, puts him up in the air, stands up.
Did he get the ball?
No, mate, referee, red card. sends him
What did
off.
they?
Oh,
So Jody Morris, who's obviously now assistant manager at Chelsea, was down watching the game. So he's down there watching Billy. So we're all thinking, oh, we'll put a show on here, try and get a move to Chelsea. As soon as Billy gets sent off, mate, I turn around and look to Jody Morris, mate. He's halfway across the car park walking back to Headwater.
no, man.
No. See when you talk about like that's quite an interesting thing you said there. So you knew this boy's doing to watch
Somebody else.
Billy Gilmore get a move, and you're thinking we want to help him get a move. Is that the mentality with a lot of players? You want to see everybody do well, or do you think there's how much jealousy do you think was in the game?
Mate, I think that's probably where, I mean, when I look back on it now, I think I'd probably be a bit more selfish. I wouldn't be like not trying to help anyone, because that's just the type of person I am. I want to help everyone with anything. But I think looking back on it now, you know, that I was
think football would work if everybody had a selfish mentality. Like, it would shine through. Like, if you're doing there to see a player like yourself, and you're like, well, he's not getting the ball, he should be getting the ball. The coach would maybe go, why is he not getting the ball?
Well,
I mean,
I never really felt like that with Billy.
That way, like you said,
I
you're helping them.
I just always felt like Billy was always, his movement was that good. He was just always in a position where you couldn't not passing the ball. You know what I mean? So, and me playing deeper, he always used to play in front of me. So whenever I get the ball, my first thought used to be like, "Where's wee Billy?" Because I just knew that his first thought would. I just used to love you could wrap the ball in him at any pace, and he'd just take it in half turn, and he would play forward, and his head was always on a. See the way he's playing now with Chelsea. That's what he was doing with us when he was 15. Mate, but that's not a word to lie.
I remember watching. It was a game early on this season. I can't remember who it was playing. Was it maybe Villa or something? He came on as a sub, and I remember thinking, "Oh, I was excited to see a young Scottish boy come on." And he came on, and he done all right. Like, he wasn't bad. He wasn't good. And I thought, he's probably just going to get set on loan like everybody else in Chelsea. There's they've got like 400 players on loan.
They've got a ridiculous amount of players in there.
But then he came on. Oh, sorry, he maybe started his game the next game or whatever. But he was absolutely unbelievable, man. Like the game against Liverpool was like he's playing against Liverpool and he's boxing the whole game.
There.
Like,
putting the map.
It's unreal.
But I remember, so see when all the interest first started, because he had Arsenal, he had Chelsea, he could pick like any team he wanted basically, and Danny Wilson, who'd obviously moved to Liverpool as a young lad. I remember sitting in the hall with him too, and Billy had been down. He'd visited Chelsea, he'd visited Arsenal, he had met Mikel Arteta. Was Mikel Arteta still at that time? No, it was like Conte. He met Lampard, he met all these guys. He met Ozil, he met Aaron Ramsey. You know, so he was like they were doing everything they could. You know what I mean, for this 15-year-old kid. And I remember sitting with Danny Wilson, and Danny Wilson turned around to Billy and he said, "You know what can happen if you go down there and you don't make it? You can always just come back up here like I did." And see, at that moment, I'm thinking, see, at that time, I would say 100% he'd done, like, Danny's right in what he said. But I would think now, what I now see the academy offering for the kids and the academy players and the way everything's moving forward, and Ross Wilson coming in and the gaffer being there, I just think it's like night and day now. But I think back then that was the right thing for him to like. Obviously, it's paid off now, but we didn't know that at the time. But comparing it now, obviously you've got guys like Leon King in our academy and Kai Kennedy and Nathan Patterson, who the top clubs in Europe also want. And if I was in their situation now, I would want to stay at Rangers because of all the stuff that's there, and how much the club has like moved forward in such a short period of time, and you want to be part of this project that the club's trying to build.
100%, right? They've built, like, obviously for me, like I'm a Celtic fan, as we know, right? But see, like, watching how much Rangers have progressed since Gerrard's come in specifically, like, it's unbelievable, man. Like,
madness, mate.
It's different though. Like, hindsight's 2020, isn't it? Like, these people, it's trying to convince these young players, especially when these big, like, globally known names come and chap at the door. You're like, how do you stop them? And you can sit and talk and go, well, what about this and what about that? You think, hopefully there's people there and people close to them. Like, we spoke to Scotty and stuff like that, and he was saying, like, the only regret would be leaving this club and that club. You know, he said hindsight's 2020. It's hard to, especially the way Scottish football is. It's not as on the map as it was 10, 15 years ago. Because if you were a youth player back then, when you see Rangers in the last 16 in Champions League, Celtic really up there in the Champions League, I just find it hard, especially if I was a youth player and stuff like that, and I was young, and these players come chatting at the door, and you're meeting Aaron Ramsey, who was, he still is quite a well-known name, but at the time it was him and Wilshire, and the two of them were globally known names.
Yep.
You'd want to go and play with them, wouldn't you? You'd be thinking, I'd love to go down there.
Well, that's the thing, mate. I mean, it's always. I mean, money's obviously a massive factor in it, but see now when we've just signed one of Arsenal's best youth products, and when he first came down, like we brought out the manager, we brought out Jimmy Defoe, and instantly he's like, like that's Billy's, that's Billy's Aaron Ramsey, and that's Billy's Jack Wilshere, and that's Billy's Lampard and Conte. Like Defoe and Gerrard, when he met them, like he said to me, he's like, what am I going to do if the manager asks me a question? And I was like, Steven Gerrard's not going to ask you a question, Malcolm, don't worry about it. Mate, walked up to Steven Gerrard, and Steven Gerrard's like to him, so why do you want to leave Arsenal and come here then? And the boys like, like
that's a massive, like, that's a huge question, really, isn't it? Like,
I didn't know why. I didn't.
He was going to do it.
I wish I told him that he was going to. I was just expecting him to go, oh, welcome to the club, like, glad to have you here. But he just like got that like, straight out of the bat, and I was like, Gaffer, fair play, man. Like, but see, to be fair, it must have worked because Malcolm had to pick quite a few clubs, and he chose us in the end up, which we're obviously delighted about. So
see Defoe. I know he's not actually signed by Rangers. He's still on loan. It's like a loan. How much is it to do with the club? Is he massively kind of doing his best to help the club? I know this is nothing today. We're actually meant to be talking about. We're actually still meant to be talking about your youth career. Like,
we love a tangent, mate.
Just when you said like he met Defoe, and he was like, wow. Like,
mate, honestly, he did a strikers masterclass not long ago.
We were talking about that.
Oh,
it was on the academy.
I am not kidding when I say this, right? I was actually sitting there like, this is the best thing that I've watched or listened to in ages. Just, mate, see just his level of detail like, it was just like frightening. I've never heard anything like it in my life. Like, honestly,
still
it was
on
like,
Twitter, right? You can still go and watch it.
Well, I think it's like privately for the, I think it's like privately just for the academy kid and stuff, but Rangers have obviously opened up all this online coaching stuff and all that, so whether they put it on their platforms, it's made to make people invest. But I mean, I would pay for it if I'd have not known just for that.
What I mean,
was,
just to find out.
Think about it. If it was Stevie G's midfield masterclass, you would 100% do it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, mate, Gary McAllister was on last night. Like, Gary McAllister to a lot of the young kids in our academy probably not that bothered, but I'm obviously in regular contact with the 42 scouts that we now have who are like a lot older than me, and I don't know much about Gary McAllister, to be fair, but all the scouts are phoning me like, how good was that with Gary McAllister last night? I'm like, aye, brilliant, aye.
Oh no,
because he's a legend.
You know what I mean? Like, he's a Scotland legend for like their era, which is like that's the way it is. So yeah, but it's just Defoe's just different class, mate.
Different class. Right, Max, if you could pick one memory or one very, very good story for your youth days, what would it be?
One? Oh man. Is this just at Rangers we're talking about?
Aye, mate, just at Rangers, aye.
Oh, mate.
We'll come on to the next ones afterwards.
I would say probably Hong Kong.
Wow.
That was my last sort of final out. 18 at the time. So
you can drink in Hong Kong?
I actually turned 18 when I was out there.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, for that, when you bring 3-4 boys that know they're leaving the club, and that's the last thing.
So you knew at that point you were leaving?
Aye.
All right.
I captained the team when I was out there, which is even weirder, right? But
well, come on to you leaving just after this.
Well, basically, it ended up being we went out and had a couple of drinks or whatever, and she's sitting, and there was like a Masters tournament on over there at the same time. So we're sitting with David James, Emil Heskey, all these guys, and David James. I mean, I'm sitting right, and David James is talking about when Ronaldo scored the free kick into him, and I'm just sitting there like, this is like. And Andy Townsend was there, the commentator.
Wow,
Fat Ronaldo he didn't show up on the night out. I wasn't like begging with Fat Ronaldo, but Fat Ronaldo walked past us. He was like a guest at the tournament.
Fat Ronaldo.
Mate, that's what his name is.
Fat Ronaldo, man.
Well,
R9.
R9. But that's probably the only time in my life I've been starstruck, to be fair. When we were just about to play a game, we were just about to go out and play Cagliari from Italy.
Aye.
And I remember I was being outside. I always used to like give myself like just 2 minutes outside the changing room before eventually going out, just to probably calm myself down before we started. But I was just standing outside the changing room, and next minute, mate, like a flock of people were walking up towards me, like a mass amount of people. And I was like, what's going on there, mate? So I didn't have my phone or anything, obviously, because I was just about to go out and play a game. Mate, R9 just wanders past me. And all that way, but I was like, I've just frozen, mate. I'm just going like that. I like, couldn't even say it to me. I was just like, but that's
so
like
he's there to watch a game?
Mate, I think he was meant to do something, like, he was meant to, like...
Some sort of promo or something?
Mate, he was meant to present something or something like that, but mate, see, because he was getting that crowded out when he was there, I don't even think he get the chance to do anything, so he just came for a bit and then he went up the road, that was sort of it, you know, so...
that was your best memory, that's a pretty decent one, to be fair.
It was... I mean, mate...
Seeing R9 in Hong Kong.
Well, that I mean, luckily because I've played football on 4 different continents, and a massive part of that's down to Rangers. You know, playing in South Africa,
100%, aye.
Hong Kong, all these different places. It was, you know, it's memories that with who some of them have ended up being my best mates, and it's amazing.
So you just talking about the Youth Cup final. So I know you said obviously the first year when you played the last 4 games and you were doing really well, and obviously Mbabu came in and ruined the show. Yep. So did you have another Youth Cup final afterwards?
I did. I think I played in. Was it 2 more? Or might have been 1 more.
Were they all against Celtic?
Yeah, but I'm not got a great record against Celtic in finals, to be fair, mate. So.
So we'll just bypass that then.
Well, mate, it's learning. It's learning.
Who was some of the players?
Hamden then? Was it like playing at Hamden? You would have played at Hamden.
Well, mate. So see, we used to play in the Glasgow Cup before that was. Before it got made closed door, so the one at Firhill was obviously the one that's quite renowned for it being a madness and was sort of instigated everything.
Really bad press in recent years, eh?
Yep, and then played at Parkhead the year after. There was 10,000 at that.
Wow.
And then played in the next one at Hampden after that. It was closed door, but Hampden's massive, mate. It's huge.
It's a big pitch as well. Like, not even just the stadium, the pitch is absolutely huge, eh?
It's massive, mate. Massive.
See Tory Glen, is that no a replica of Hampden? How big it is? Am I a liar?
I think it is now. I don't think it was a couple of years ago, but I think it might be now. I've not played at Tory Glen for...
I hate playing I've played sevens at it a couple of times.
Here's a fun fact.
Too big, man.
I played the first ever game at Tory Glen when it first opened.
No, you didn't.
Wow.
I did, mate.
That's unreal, mate.
100%.
That's a good start, that.
So
that is a great fact. Who was that
played
for?
Arsenal Boys Club. We played we played a team from, I want to say we played Ireland, like some sort of...
No, I feel like you're lying,
no, shut up, you. It was a county in Ireland, right? We played some sort of county in Ireland, and the manager at the time, Davy Cartwright, legend. But so Arsenal Boys Club, I want to say I was maybe like 15 or something, but we played the full pitch at Tory Glen, full size pitch, right? Blowing at my arse, and I remember walking up, like, you know, when you walk in the front doors and then you walk downstairs to the changing room, there's a wee reception area on your left hand side. I remember walking up, Kenny Dalglish standing there, and I was like,
"Oh wow,
what the?" So he was doing the like a BBC News sort of like article thing, like opening the stadium kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking the whole game, all I could think about was Kenny Dalglish is watching this game. Like, I shite myself.
Silly boy.
I don't know.
We played a Scottish Cup game. That was probably a big moment as well. We actually won the Scottish Cup in there with like my Paisley District team. That was like Primary 7 team, but that was my earliest memory of Tory Glen. I think I had no log opened after that as well, but Tory Glen's...
No, like Hong Kong. That's probably... Let's draw a line under that, man.
Do you know
Hong Kong is far superior.
Do you know what the thing about Hong Kong was, right? Like, it was a 7-a-side tournament, right? So, see our first game. So there was no offsides. It was 7-a-side. And, mate, it was like, your feet, see, after about 10 minutes, because it was that warm and humid, mate, your feet were actually burning. So the first team that we played was Hong Kong Soccer 7 Select. So that was like all the best players for Hong Kong. I'm talking about first team players playing in this game, but they'd trained for this. We'd never played 7-a-side in our life, right? So the first game we lined up, mate, and we weren't ready for it. Well, yeah,
what formation do you have? Do you have a formation?
I think we played a 3, if I remember right, I think we played a 3-2-1. So I was like sort of left side centre mid. We'd 3 at the back almost, and then just 1 up front. But mate, what Hong Kong done was the game started. They get kick off. The goalie, right? No, mate, all their players, so like 3 of their players just went and stood like on our goal line almost. And the goalie just came to the halfway line with the ball. So if you look at that, I'm turning around to Mutts, mate, and I'm always
What do we do?
and I'm like, and then as soon as like we won the ball back, it was like a game of basketball, mate. As soon as you won the ball back, it was like
back and forth.
But
that's what sevens is, isn't it? Sevens is
it is, mate. It is. But
it's
this was
not
like,
as hard as fives.
But this was like it's nothing you would ever. And then the thing is, see if it was a draw, and you went to extra time, it went to 4v4. So you then had to make a decision whether you wanted to play an out player in goal.
Who's sitting down and going, right, what we're going to do is we're going to host a tournament.
Honestly.
7v7, no offsides. And if it goes to extra time, let's just take we take 3 players off just for a buzz. Just
you were sitting trying to work that numbers out there, weren't you?
I was when I was looking up there. I was going 7, 6, 5.
Mate, you want to know what the funny thing is, right? So we had to make a decision where we either gambled and we kept the goal.
Did you get a lucky ball and there was a big wheel? There was like a free goal bonus, -2 goal bonus, bonus player.
That would have suited me just for going to county and end up gambling all the time. But we had to make a decision whether we wanted a goalie to play in goals or we wanted an outfield player to play in goals because we knew that we were going to have like the ball. So because essentially it was just a match-up, mate. It was just like a game of cuppy, basically. That's what it was like. So, but mate, so we ended up we had a trialist that came from Arsenal to play with us. He was a centre half called Christopher Garcia or something. Mate, we put him in goal. And this Chinese team get a chance, right? The boy cuts the ball back, mate. He's about 2 yards out and he smashes it. And I swear, mate, this boy Christopher just goes like that, dives, tips it over the bar, mate. And we were like that. Like it was golden, mate, it was golden goal as well. So if they scored that, we were out. It was golden goal. So
wow.
Remember golden goal? That was a pure old school.
That was a legendary rule, man. I miss golden goal. Honestly, excitement in football, man. There's too much of this.
We were absolutely shitting ourselves on the sideline, mate. I think we were ready to put out, you know. So
can you imagine? You must have felt some wrath if you got beat off a Hong Kong Super Select 11.
No, I'd say that's probably the favourites. That'd be the favourites of the tournament. They've trained for it.
Well, it ended up, mate, Leicester went on to win it, and they were the one that put us out in the semis. We were beating them 1-0. Actually scored. We were beating them 1-0 up until it was like 5 minutes to go, and they just scored 3 rapid goals. But they had like Harvey Barnes played, Hamza Chowdhury. Chowdhury played
as well
with a big afro.
Big names.
I bet he wasn't as big back then, but
mate, he was.
Was that?
He was. Trust me, mate, he was.
That sounds like Lukaku when he was 11, eh?
Oh, mate, honestly, but like they were just like team full of monsters. So,
Matt, so obviously Hong Kong was your last ever time playing the Rangers jersey. Is that right?
Yep.
Right. So, how did the whole thing come about? Right. So, you moved to Ross County. But why was it you left Rangers?
If you can talk about it.
If not,
really, no, I can. It's you know, I got offered. I was with the first team quite regular this time, and I got offered something about February. But I think for me, because I was involved with the first team so much at the time, I just really wanted to. I was 17, turning 18. I wanted first team football. Whether I was captain reserves at the time, Graham Murray, me and Mutts had a brilliant relationship, and you know, as soon as Mutts came in, he like just took a liking to me straight away. Like we bounced off each other, and you know, I've always said it that I feel as if I had more time with Mutts, my career might have been different at Rangers, but that's just
really?
He
was running the first team at some point, wasn't he?
He was, but see that's the thing, like, so, but when it came to it, I just felt like I really wanted an opportunity to play first team football, and with all due respect to Rangers, I just felt like I wasn't really going to get that at that time, and when it came to it, by the end of the season, in fairness to Craig and the rest of the guys, like, they said to me that they knew that I wanted first team football, that Ross County wanted me to go up there. Jim McIntyre, who was the manager at the time, was like really liked me, and they seen that as a better opportunity for me to go and try and pursue a career like early doors rather than waiting whatever. Because I knew that they seen like a couple of boys that were maybe 2-3 years younger to have better potential than I did at that time, which is absolutely that's football, mate. That's youth football. That's what youth football is. But one thing that I've never done in my career, mate, or my life, is ever leave anywhere in bad terms. Like you look people in the eye, you shake the hand, you say
100%, mate. Aye.
And you know, and I think
don't shake people's hands these days, kids, because
exactly
elbow bumps, mate. That's the one.
Aye.
But Maxie, you're 100% spot on there, mate, because you never know when it's going to come back. And like you say, like we'll touch on it later on, but you've obviously been back and you're now working with Rangers again. Do you know what I mean? So that just shows you that
we've touched on it a loads. Like,
aye, but you know what I mean. We're going to go back and talk about it more, but it just shows you that you've no went back and you've no left in bad terms, because if you did, then you wouldn't be there.
Well, they said it to me when I actually left, mate. They said that they wanted me to do something in a sort of coaching role. And at that time, because I was still playing football, I wasn't really too keen on it, you know. But it was something that they always had in mind, and I still spoke to Mutz regularly. And when he came up to Ross County the year after, I obviously seen him because he was obviously taking the team, and you know I spoke to him for 15-20 minutes, and he was just saying about how he was still keen to get me back at some point. And I think I was actually injured at the time, so I was like probably saying to him that I was wanting to more than ever at that certain point. So
definitely.
But you know, it's just a prime example to
see. Just when it comes to obviously speaking to Ross County, I don't know how contract negotiations work or X, Y, Z. I don't know if you can even speak about it, but can you get something in there that's saying that you want to play so many first team games, or so many starts, or so many subs appearances, just so that you're getting that experience that you wanted when you were going there? Or?
Here's probably where it was quite hard, because the reserves had actually won the 20s league the year before that, before I went up. So the reserve team was actually really strong
really
at that
good.
time. So I basically get told by Jim McIntyre that if I went up there and hit the ground running, that I would have a real chance of pushing on. So, and to be fair, I went up there and I did hit the ground running. I did really well.
You scored a screamer with your right foot.
That was towards the end. That's just when I was like bamming folk up towards the end, to be fair. So, but Jim McIntyre took a liking to me, and I trained with the first team on like quite a lot of occasions, and then 2 league games in, he got the sack. So
brutal, absolutely brutal, man.
All that momentum.
How many times do you think that happens in a player's career where a manager brings them in and they're very much part of their plans? I'm not saying you were part of Jimmy Mac's plans, like.
Aye, well, it sounds like it was though.
No, but I'm saying to that level, like. But you talk about somebody like maybe an Arsenal. So Unai Emery brings in whoever, and then Mikel Arteta comes in and he's no part of their plans. Like that must happen quite a lot, eh? Aye.
Well, that's another thing you need to do in football, mate. You know, but I mean, for me, Owen Coyle obviously came in, and
that's right. Aye.
I mean, I remember looking at Owen Coyle, and he came in his first day, mate, and he's saying, I gave Jack Wilshere his debut at 16, and like if you're good enough, you're old enough.
He's all for the talent.
I was sitting there and I was like, I'm going to play, mate. This is it. Like this is my career. Like it's starting. And then I think by the end of the transfer window, we had 35 first team players before any other youth. And I'm looking around the senior, mate, and it's Chris Eagles, it's David Ngog, it's guys who played in the Premier League who were past it. You know what I mean? Like Chris Eagles is one of the best like guys I've probably ever met in football in terms of like off the pitch, but on the pitch, mate, just an absolute wanky a guy, mate. Like major duty, like one of the worst.
I hate the whole. I love youth. Give youth a go, and then wait, sorry. There's no press about you signing 35 players. Like, come on, like that's.
Well, here's an example for you, Kenny. I think I've told Gav this, right? So it was January, and I knew by this time I wasn't going to play. Like I just knew. So I thought for me, it's now about just getting first team games somewhere else. So I made the inquiry to go on loan. Danny Lennon was at Clyde at the time, had said to the club that he wanted me to go to Clyde. So I was thinking, like that's perfect. Like play with the reserves on a Tuesday, stay down the road, train with Clyde on a Thursday, play on a Saturday, back up, have a weekend with my mates, and come back up the road on a Sunday, and then just do the same again. So it was perfect, like perfect scenario. So I was like, so Stuart Kettlewell, who's obviously the manager now, brought me in, and he said, the gaffer's going to talk to you this afternoon about going out on loan, because Danny Lennon spoke to him. I was like, brilliant, like that's so good. I'm buzzing off that. think they were playing League Two at the time, whatever it was. So I trained with the first team in the morning, and then I was just going to do extra in the indoor hall in the afternoon, but I was like just training with the reserves just to get a bit extra. So I hadn't like my boots on and that. So I'm walking by the office, and I hear Maxie. So I'm like, so I like turn around, go into his office, saw the coaches and that are sitting there, and he goes, "How you doing, son?" I'm like, "I'm good, Gaffer, thanks." And then he says, "Do you drive?" And I went, "Aye." So I'm thinking, because he's wanting to go down the 89
Do you want me to pick somebody up?
Oh, I
Aye.
remember this, aye.
So he says, all right. He turns around to everyone in the office and he goes, "Right, what you all wanting?" So I'm sitting there, right, with my boots and all that on, and I look at Ketz. Ketz is sitting in the corner, and Ketz is just like that, like just shaking his head. And then so everyone's like, "No, we're fine, Gaffer, we're all right." Turns back around to me, goes like that, with a 10 on his hand. He goes, "There's a tenner, go and get me 2 bacon rolls and 2 iron brews." And I was like that.
Oh man,
What a dick, man.
And that way I
What
was
a
like,
dick.
and I went, "What?" And he went, "Go and get me 2 bacon rolls and 2 iron brews." And I was like, "I'm training 10 minutes. And he went, "I don't care, Ketz knows you're going to be late." And I was like, see, for that moment on, mate, I was like,
Your head's gone. You're not interested, are you?
I phoned my dad, I phoned my agent straight away, and I told him what he'd done, and they were like, "You need to get out of there." Like,
Aye.
it was just like
So, see, before we move on to where you went afterwards for Ross County, like, obviously you've kind of touched on some of the stories in Ross County, up in Dingwall, but you couldn't really do much apart from gamble. But was there any sort of nightlife or any sort of pubs, or were you literally just in your room 24/7 or in the bookies? And that was it?
you won, mate, but it was don't get me wrong, I love all the boys up there. Like, I still talk to nearly all of them that I played with. Like,
it's not their fault that the
No,
situation
it's not.
we're in.
It's
It's
not.
just
Aye, 100%.
that's that. How? Oh, I can't get of this. These things like this just pure grind my gears, man. See people treating people like a piece of shit. I just grind. It just
People who think they're Billy Big Times, mate. That's.
I treat people the way you want to be treated. That's my. You don't get anywhere in your career trying to. Nevertheless, how was the nightlife?
See, that's the thing, right? So, see, in Dingwall, I had like a brand new 3-bedroom house in the middle of Dingwall, like unbelievable, like so well looked after.
Is that because you were loaded, or is that because they gave it to you? I just
a bit of both, mate. I think.
Mate, that's what I'm saying. See, outside the Rangers and Celtic, Ross County are one of the best funded clubs in the league.
Really, aye?
100%. 100%.
Funded by, I don't know if you can mention who, but just because you're saying they're funded, I'm thinking.
Mate,
no, the chairman's like a multi-millionaire, but he's like,
right.
he was like born in Dingwall, like, but he just
so he pours his heart into it, kind of thing.
He's
Die-hard fan.
Called Roy McGregor. He owns that global energy company, which is like massive, obviously. So
who's the club that cut all their youth? Is that Ross County? Is it Ross County that cut all their youth?
Yep.
And don't have any youth at all? That's I don't want to say about Gav's doing now. It's rude to put people under the bus, isn't it? He's sniffing his own feet. He loves to smell his own feet. But is it Ross County that cut all their youth?
You just say it, sorry.
It's Ross County. Yep, that is.
So see how the way like, everybody's going in like the papers and saying, "Oh, that's horrible, they're doing that, and they're going to lose it in this, that, and the next thing." Is it just that a money saving way of doing it? Because the boy for Dingwall wants to keep money for the first team, or would you know? Why am I even asking you this?
I think it's just like, I think with the whole pandemic and stuff, it's just like
something has to go, and that's what has to go, and that's it. Black and white.
I think not even just football teams, Max. I think that like the majority of companies are trying to preserve their money. Like they've got a pot there, they've got the money there, but you think, are we going to pay these players to sit and do nothing now, or are we going to play? Are we going to save the money, and then when it comes to we're able to spend it, are we going to have that money pot there? I think that's what it is. You know what I mean?
It was a silly question. I've had too much
red
wine.
Mate, I look at my mum. My mum was with British Airways. My mum's worked at British Airways for over 25 years, and she's like just about to get made redundant. You know what I mean? Like,
no way.
Like,
God, man, that's shite. Sorry.
No, but it's like what they're doing with their staff just now. It's like, it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? So,
are British Airways staff not working with the NHS? Are they not doing a lot of stuff in there?
No idea, mate. Honestly, I just know
there was people. There was air stewardesses. Sorry, it was air flight teams working in the cafes across the road for the big hospital, the Queen Elizabeth. Nevertheless,
I mean, it's saying drop her CV
Tell
in
your
there.
mum, tell her, get her told. I like BA. I flew BA twice, and it was the first flight I took when I was going travelling, and the Shirleys were class, because everybody was on laptops when we got on the plane, and me and my mate were the only two idiots with t-shirts, people like that.
Any vodka?
Aye. And they were pure niceties, they were pure class. And then one other time, they were really cool. So, if your mum's on that flight, legend that she is. So, moving to Ross County, let's get back to you. This is a ridiculous tangent.
Moving away from Ross County. So, obviously, your time came to an end. But
Sorry,
like,
my bad.
So, the time comes to an end there. Obviously, you then went on to a few clubs. Still in Albion, Stranraer. But at what point did you start doing your PT sort of course and stuff like that?
Well, mate, that's the thing. Like, so I came away from Ross County. I went to Malta.
Wait, Malta?
Aye, just like madness, mate. Like being in a changing room with guys that didn't speak English. You were training, so you were training at 6 o'clock in the morning before the sun came up, and you were going back and training at night when the sun went down.
Because it was too warm.
Aye, so you were sitting like during the day, mate, just couldn't even like lie in the sun. I was just sitting doing nothing, mate. Like
you were on Bet365 on your phone. But no, like how did you come about Malta? Like, how does that happen? Is that just because you got a really good agent? Or
family out there.
You got family, did you say?
Yep, family.
All right, okay.
So they sorted me out, and I went out there, and didn't last long, right enough, but it was just like, I just found it so tough, mate. I think I just wanted a year playing football at home, to be honest. That was kind of what I wanted, and that's part of the reason why I signed with Stranraer. But I was fine, mate. I was signed with Stranraer, training 10 minutes away from my house. I got a job in Cushion, believe it or not.
Wait a minute. Stranraer were training 10 minutes from your house?
Yep. So Stranraer used to train at Renfrew, mate. So
Stranraer are like miles and miles away.
So that was the thing. You're well looked after at Ashmore as well. So you used to train at Renfrew, which was obviously so ideal for me. 10 minutes. And then we would get in a bus at the Costa in Darnley.
Right.
So random, man.
And it would
guys, can you meet us at the... Where can we meet?
At the Argos in Darnley.
An idea. There's a co-op. No. But see, the thing is, I think that's called a smart club, because if there's any talent,
100%.
See if you're a talent, you're looking for a talent pool. Glasgow, Edinburgh, big populated areas. Right, go down there, get the talent, get them trained, and send them up on a Saturday. That's so smart. Such a smart way of working.
It's a really community-run club. You know, it's everyone that's involved with it is so passionate about the club, mate. It was just quite sad the way that's what I mean. I was playing up front for most of the time I was there, which was.
So you went from centre half to centre mid, couple of shifts at left
back, left mid,
centre defensive mid, and then
up front.
It's because of the height, mate. That's what it is.
No, mate. I just remember, right. See, the first game I started was against Clyde in the cup, and the ball was getting hoofed up.
This is first team.
This is like the first team. So, but this isn't like my first game. So I'd played like a cut against pre-season, done really well. I'd scored, set a couple of goals up, and then for some reason, the first competitive game, Ashmore up front, right, cool. But I remember I actually met the guy from the Costa, like at Darnley before it, right? So it was quite a good spot, right? But
I need to go there.
I'll make you do, because that's where my dreams were ruined in there. But
oh no, I don't want to go there now.
I've actually been there, mate. My dad stays like 2 seconds away from it.
Well, mate, he sat with us and he said, I'm going to start you today. Really looking forward to seeing the performance. And I was like, brilliant. And he went, I'm going to start you up front. I don't know if you played up there before. And I was like, never in my life, Gaffer. So, mate, see about 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, I remember the ball was just getting hoofed up to me. I was trying to pin 2 neat heads at centre half. Couldn't win a header against nobody. Like, never mind 2 absolute guys that were built just to win headers. And I remember just thinking after 15 minutes, what am I doing, man? Like, honestly, like, I was like, what is this? And I got hooked at half time, as you can imagine. So,
see when you're saying that though, like,
sorry, Kevin, you go.
I wonder what managers think of that sort of point, right? So, you've played at a decent level your whole career, right? Like, but whole youth career anyway. And then at what point you've never played up front in your life, Never played striker. So at what point does a manager say, do you know, I'm going to put him up front? Because see, when you watch all your videos, all your highlights, and that's not even saying people like clubs who've got scouts and stuff like that, they know that you have the ball into your feet. So why would they then think you're a target man?
He's got a good left foot, Gav. It's
Aye,
just
but
a curse.
you need to get the ball at
It's
his
a
feet
curse.
though.
Kenny, that's why.
So,
So
a curse, mate. It's just
No, but that's what I'm
it's a
saying.
pure shame.
You need to get the ball at your feet.
But see, whenever we did shooting, right, because albeit like there was a few good players there, don't get me wrong, right? So if we ever used to do shooting at training, mate, because I was a technically gifted footballer, I was like every second shot I was hitting was going in. So they're probably looking at that and thinking,
Aye,
right,
so
You should do that at game level.
Aye, no, you're probably right, mate, to be honest.
anytime I get the ball in the box, mate, I'm like absolute a panicking Skywalker, man. Like couldn't think of anything worse.
Panicking Skywalker. I bet that is a pure term amongst the big players. That is definitely a term that's currently used all over the world.
I think it was Nico Cranshaw that said it first time.
No, that has been used since Star Wars came out. Panicking Skywalker.
So obviously after Stranraer, is that when you moved on to Stirling Albion?
Stirling Albion, mate. Yep. But I went there, so it was quite weird because I kind of knew that I wasn't really going to play at Stranraer, and Kevin Rukovic recently left Annan and went there as player manager. So he just told me to come in and train. And mate, I'm not joking when I say this. Honestly, it's probably the best training session I've ever had in my life. Like, I bet everyone that was training that night must have thought, how is this guy playing at like the top level?
Mate, I was going to say, I've heard that story before. I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but you know about a nutcase, about a madman.
Mate, so my first session, the
player manager, Jukovic.
Mate, he was a player manager, so obviously he used to train, but take the session at the same time, right? So, mate, I remember the ball get clipped up to the back post, right? And I've went like that to try and just clear it, mate. I swear, he's just gone like that, big elbow, mate, right. And I remember how I was like, I turned around and he's like, yes. What is this guy doing?
Did you go, excuse me, definitely should be conducting yourself that.
You're meant to be the manager of this football company, but mate, that's the thing, right? Gav obviously he touched on it earlier, but see for me, trying to make a career in League 2, League 1, in the Championship, for me personally, you probably ask anyone else and you'd agree with us, it's harder than trying to make a career in the Premiership.
So it's a different game, mate.
So in what tense? You're playing with lesser players. You're playing.
You get more time.
You're not
more time as well, mate. I would imagine.
See, I remember gung ho. You don't get any. It's literally
the middle of the park is just overlooked. It's just boom, boom.
That's what happens.
Big lobs.
See, anytime you want to get the ball, you need to play our second balls. And for me, team level of my life, I never knew how to pick up second balls. I was just on my feet and I'll go and hit a diagonal or make a pass. So for me, that's why Livingston have done so well, because see Keegan Jacobs, he is the best. Mate, see if you watch Livingston, they've just got a team full of guys who pick up second balls, mate.
They're absolute warriors, aren't they? Because see both games, Celtic have played them twice at the Tony Macaroni Arena. I pure hate saying that. It's
great knowledge, Gav. Couldn't remember it for the life of me. I'd have said away. That's how I'd have left that conversation.
So both games this season, Celtic have played away, right?
Say Tony Macaroni.
Tony Macaroni Arena. First game we get absolutely demolished. Lyndon Dykes just tore apart Chris Julian. In the second game, it was a close contest, and we won it. We drew in the very, very last minute of the game, and I think that's because see when teams go in your face, see when you're used to having all the ball, like Celtic and Rangers, anybody comes to Parkhead, they're just looking to sit back, get an opportunity to counter-attack. Whereas when they come to your home ground, somebody like Livingston getting in your face, and our teams aren't used to that. Do you know what I mean? So there's something to be said for that style of play. 100%.
Well, mate,
I feel like there's something to be said for it, and they're doing really well with it. So
100%.
Trying to change it would take decades.
They've not got the players to change it, mate. That's the thing. They've not got the same calibre of players.
It's not the players. It's the money. It's the money to get the players in, or the
coaching. That's what I'm saying. It's not
20 years.
Aye, but at the end of the day, they've not got the same players, the same quality of players that Celtic and Rangers have got because of the money, as you said. So they need to Gary Locke figured out a way to to figure out how to play against these teams, and they've done really well. Do you know what I mean?
That's what you look at, is how to make it a level playing field when you play against these teams. So you see, playing a team like that, mate, there's nothing better though. See, when you just know that every single person in your team is going to run like
for
each other, and you've got that team spirit. Like, I know, for speaking to boys at Livy, that the team morale and that, like, everyone is like best of mates. Like, you're just going in every day, mate. It'd honestly just be like going in and playing football with your best mates every day, like that. There's
everybody works for each other.
And then when you're on the pitch at the weekend, you know that every single player's going to battle and fight for you. And if you have an argument on the pitch, you know it's just an argument on the pitch, and that's just like the way it is. Like, there's no grudges. It's just like that's teams.
There's pure passion running through my veins talking about that. That's what you like to hear. That's what you want. That is a dream situation. And regardless of it being, it's anti-football and that's not what you want to see. These teams being it. No, definitely not. See, if they want to work hard, push, and do everything they can do to work to their strengths, fair play to them.
You want to know what my biggest example of it is I watched it the other day, is Wales at the Euros when they got to the semis.
It's on the telly every day. It's unbelievable. Rangers gone to Man City at the Euro finals.
That's what it is, mate.
I failed my driving test that day, and that was the second worst thing to happen that day. In fact, Maxie, for me, it's the worst. Definitely, it was the worst thing. Me failing my driving test. But
so, moving on for the sort of football career, so you kind of took a bit of a break and you done your PT course.
Yeah.
The best thing happened to you. You moved to the village where you met me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you work in the village hotel?
Yeah, mate, I did. Yep.
Well, I wasn't there. I didn't know Max used to do that.
You just left, Kenny. You hadn't had the long left, I don't think, or maybe quite a few months. This is
actually like an actual surprise to me. Gavin never told me this. This is pure new to me.
I did tell you, mate, but you obviously weren't listening.
Because me and Gavin used to sit in the office for 9 hours of the shift and just
mate, my bosses might still be listening. Remember, I still work there.
So were you brought in as a PT or were you brought in as a sales assistant?
No, he's a PT.
I don't know, I still don't know what I was brought in for.
No, but anyway, all jokes aside, Max, you done pretty well as a PT though.
I did, mate, and you know something that probably actually quite grounded me in a different sense, because I got a taste of
hard, like proper work, if you know what I mean.
Draft, waking up at 4 a.m. to go and start the early shift was like.
You stayed far away. If you get up at 4 a.m, Jesus.
But I used to. That's the thing. I used to like to wake myself up before I went in, so I was like fresh for. Like, I couldn't think of anything worse, Kenny, than like turning up and being like tired and not ready for actually. Because the first thing you do when you're on the early shift is you do the burn class in the morning. So
that's right.
That wasn't a thing when I was there. So
it's all changed.
You get robbed.
That's the thing.
Max actually worked.
But no, Gav, there wasn't a burn class when I was there. Nevertheless, let's talk about you, Max. Sorry.
Well, the thing is, mate, that like, I mean, Gav will tell you, I used to do the early shift sometimes and literally PT up until like gym shut at night.
Honestly, Kenny, like countless times. So I would obviously for my shifts. So I'd maybe be like a sales shift. So I would maybe either a 10 6:30 or a 12 to 8:30. Which tend to be my shifts. So sometimes I'd be a 12 to 8:30. And I'd come in and see Max, we would talk away. I'd say, what time you were in? He's like, I was on the early shift. He's maybe taken 3 PT sessions, done his classes, done this and that. I'm saying, you heading home? And he's like, no, I've got a couple of clients at night. But you know what it is, when you're a PT, you've got a client at 2, 4, 8, and then half 9.
Times.
Do you know what I mean? So he was there from, and fair play to you, because you were there from 5:30 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
And been up since 4.
That's the thing, mate. Like, I was like, that's probably goes back to my point in saying that why I don't regret not trying to help people growing up, because in that time, like, I just wanted to help, mate. It wasn't even for me, because mate, the pay wasn't that great, obviously. So it wasn't even for me. It was just to like help other people and benefit other people. I wasn't doing that for myself. I just want, if people asked me and said, this is the time I can do it, I'd be like, right, that's fine, that's the time I can do it, I'll do it. It didn't matter if I had a PT at 4 o'clock and then they said to me 10 o'clock, I would still go, and I was still just willing to help them, you know. And I think that's a massive part of PT, especially early doors. And I probably think if I continued it, I would end up going freelance at some point. But there was a couple of times when I was PTing, and it's no disrespect to people I was training, but I just said like, I could still hold a conversation. I could talk to a wall, honestly, but I was like, I had nothing in common with them.
I know.
They weren't sticking to what I was telling them to do away from it. I know for a fact that my knowledge wasn't as good as like some of the other PTs that were in the building, 100%. I knew that for the first day I went in, but I just knew that if I tried to help them and showed that I cared as much as they wanted to get fit, that I would get clients. So, and I did. I think I had 12 or something by the time I finished.
And you'd only been in, bear in mind, you'd only been in for maybe maximum of 6 months, eh?
Well, that was the thing. I mean, towards the time when I left, Paul said to me, you should really consider what you're doing, because there's obviously the TL thing that Jane ended up getting was coming up. And Paul said that if you interviewed for it, we'd pretty much give you it. And at that time, I was like, well, I'd got offered to play with America by that time already, and I already did my heart set on there.
That was our next subject. So, very good lead on, Max. Well done, mate. So,
no, well, we've missed a bit, because how did you playing in America come about?
So, I'd actually met, there's a guy that my mum knows from like kind of school days called Craig McGill, who's lived out there. He lives in San Diego. Brilliant guy, but he'd asked me the last 2 years previous to go out there and play, and I was just never really up for it because I was still playing full-time football, and every time he explained it to me, I was like, that just didn't sound really like it was for me. And then he phoned me, I can't remember when he phoned me actually, but he basically phoned me and I spoke to him on the phone for about an hour, and he made me an offer that was just like, he just said, just come out and try it, see what you think. And I thought, see, at that time I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it. So and this is where me and Kevin Vukovic, he's probably the only person I've left with in bad terms, and this is the reason why, because I played a game. In fact, we're playing against Albion Rovers. It was my first game I'd started, and
this is for Stirling Albion.
This is for Stirling Albion, right? So this was about a month before I left, right? So it's my first game. It was like, I'm so excited for you playing today. I can't wait to see you get on the ball and do your thing and all that. Albion Rovers are bottom of the league at the time. Just get a new manager, so they're almost revitalised a wee bit, right? So I was like, right, whatever. So game starts. Albion Rovers go 1-0 up after 5 minutes or something. Not even playing badly, mate, right? So I'm like getting the ball, doing what I normally do, all the rest of it. So I get the ball for a throw-in. I turn out, hit a switch of play, mate, 50, 60 yards to like the opposite side. The boy goes to take him on, it goes out for a throw-in. And next minute, all I hear is, Max! And so I've just like gone like that, like put my thumbs up, because I think he was
well pushing the play forward.
So, and he's like, Max! And I've like gone like that again. Max! And I've turned around and I'm like, what? And he's like that. I was like, what?
No, he's hooked you.
No way.
It's like, you're coming off. So I turn around to the ref and I go, ref, who was gone? He goes, 20 minutes. And I was like, so I've like walked off, right? Like, and I was like, and I've like done the boy that was going on, and I'm like, what is that for? And he was like, tactical change.
Oh,
and I went,
mate, don't get a tactical change at that level, eh?
I went 20 minutes into the game, and he went, aye. And I went, aye, fucking day ball. Like that. And he went, aye, I'll see you on Tuesday. And I went, no, you won't. So I've just like sat in the dugout, and I was like that. And Pizzo was on the bench, who I'm like really good mates with, who's like an experienced pro. Peter McDonald, really experienced pro, great guy. And he was like, to me, mate, don't worry about it. Like, it'll be fine. Like, just
comforting you. Aye.
Just go and speak to him on Tuesday and be like relaxed and chilled about it. So I was like, right, fine, no bother. So wait till Tuesday, went in, asked to speak to him, went up to his office, sat down. Kevin Vukovic, bearing in mind, is a nutter. So I've sat down and I've gone, like, I've got quite a bad habit, like, and not biting my tongue. So I've just like absolutely went for him, like said, it's disgrace, mate, that you embarrassed me. Like, my family was at the game, you've absolutely embarrassed me. Like, I was so embarrassed walking off the pitch, just went for him. And mate, I'm just sitting there, and he just stood up and he's going, who the fuck do you think you're speaking to? Like, just proper, like, right? So mate, I'm talking like hairdryer treatment, like in my face. So I think I knew from that moment on that a relationship wasn't really going to be that great.
It's definitely nothing, man.
We gave it
I was like, right, I better start looking at other options then. So I got.
Did you not get back to him? Did you just sit there, take it for off? Well, here's
the thing that made him. That is why I don't really have respect for him now, is because I knew I was going to America at this point. So I went and spoke to him and told him that I was going to go, and he'd actually played in America at that time. So he told me.
Oh, right, okay.
So he told me about all the stuff, and he was brilliant with me, right? He's like, this is what you're going to look forward to. It's going to be a great move for you, like blah blah blah. He was saying to me like, oh, I wish I was actually thinking about making. I wanted you to stay, like with the way you've been doing the training. I was like, bullshit, mate, like whatever. Like, so the last game of the season, so I hadn't played at all, right? Like since I argued with him, and in the last game of the season, we played Peterhead up at Peterhead. So I went all the way up there, and he put me on for the last 20 minutes. And I was flying, so that was on the Saturday, and I was flying to America on the Tuesday, I think. And our season was going to start like the Wednesday after. So played the game against Peterhead, went up the road, blah, 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 said thanks very much, said bye to all the boys, into America, came to the game on the Saturday, and my international clearance hadn't gone through. And I was like, why? I phoned the SFA, and the guy said to me, he's like, oh, do you not know what the rule is? And I was like, what rule? He was like, you should have looked it up. And I was like, what? And he said, if you play a game, a professional game, and you try and move to another country, like to play, because it was semi-pro when I was out there, he said, you can't play for 30 days. You need to wait 30 days before you can play. So he'd obviously played out there.
He was well aware.
Knew that. Well aware. He put me on for the last 10 minutes against Peterhead, just so I could play for the first month I was out there.
Max, I remember you putting on Instagram, man, saying like, can I wait to play and stuff like that. And I was thinking, wonder why he's not playing. That's why. Because you couldn't play for a month.
So I had to sit and watch, mate. See the first month, everyone was starting to like.
That's disgusting, man.
Mate, but I was training. I was doing brilliant in training. But all the boys out there were like playing the games and they were doing well, and I was just sitting watching it, thinking, "This is like, what am I doing out here, man? I'm just training." And see, because it was in America, mate, we were just drinking every day, like every single day, mate. Like even before a game, like having parties, mate. Like see the way you see it in films. That
like a frat party.
Wait, mate. See, I think you actually get frats and that out there. Like I couldn't believe that.
I thought that was just a thing in the film.
No, that's like frat parties are real things. So people actually like host frat parties and but honestly,
so, for anybody who doesn't know, it was Ventura County Fusion was a team, and they're based in California.
Yep, LA. So it was.
Mate, that must have been absolutely amazing, though, eh?
Funnily enough,
just being able to see California.
Well, mate, funnily enough, they actually played Rangers when Rangers first got liquidated.
No way.
They played Rangers and beat Rangers when Rangers were in League Two.
They beat Rangers?
Mate, there was like a massive backlash about it because Rangers obviously got beat off a semi-pro American team. So I went out there, mate, and it was like boys from... So I was sharing a room with a boy from Australia. There was a boy in my flat from Mexico, Hawaii, Brazil, Nigeria, France, Spain. Like
multicultural.
Honestly, it was like a team. It was like a family, mate. Like I'm not just saying. It was honestly
Mate, as I say, I remember some of the posts and stuff you put up, and we didn't really talk too often when you were over there, obviously because of the time difference and whatever else. But it looked amazing, man. Like one thing that probably everybody would want to hear is like you hear the stereotype of the standard in the US. Is it as bad as what people make out, or what is it like? Can you compare it to something?
Miles better than what I thought, mate.
Really, aye.
I would consider myself quite a technical football player, being left-sided. I would consider myself as somebody who likes to be the one who gets on the ball and dictates the game, especially playing deeper midfield. But when I went out there, mate, I mean, I was probably one of the least technical ones playing midfield. I was playing with a boy from France called Hugo, who was 23, both-footed, really, really technical footballer. He could get about the pitch, just a brilliant player. And then a boy called Eddie Benito, who was Mexican, just in front of us, 6'2", brilliant in the air, unbelievable feet in the ball, could shift it, could move it, great inside the box. But I was the one out of that midfield three, mate, that would just smash people and give them the ball. Like that was my job, mate. That was my job. And see, to be fair, like the first game I played and came on after my clearance was like expired, I came on and there was this one boy playing for a team, and they was like proper getting stuck into everyone. So I was like watching him, like, I'm going to do him, mate. Like that's my mission. I'm going to smash him. So mate, I actually put it on Instagram and I put it like tied it saying won the ball or something. But the boy got the ball and he knocked it by me, and I've not even I've actually just tried to break his legs, right? It sounds bad, right? But I've proper just try to smash him. So we did the video analysis the next day, and the coach that was taking the team was Mexican American, who was he used to go that. There was 4 moments in football, guys. All that stuff, right? He was one of the coaches, right? So, proper.
Is there 4 moments in football?
In possession, out of possession, transition to defend, and transition to attack. So he's right in what he's saying. He is right. But there's more. There's more than 4 moments in football.
You're going to say he's full of shite, isn't he?
So basically, what happened was he brought me in, and after the video, because he told me after my first session, he was like, once you're in, you're gonna be the captain. I was so you're in because I'm quite a big talker in the pitch. I'm a leader, I'm vocal, and I like pulling people about me. And
you're moany.
Very moany, yes.
Oh no! I would say there's another way of wording it. It's probably lazy because you like to pull people about, tell them where to be.
That is
exactly
lazy. Push people on. So
the less I can do, Kenny, the better, mate. Honestly,
but
for me, it was quite
people's abilities.
None of them used to understand. So there was a boy that was from Washington, from Milwaukee, called Evan Conway, right? And for the first 2 weeks, mate, I just didn't get on with this guy at all. Me and him actually, now, anytime I used to try and speak to him, so I'd be like, oh, Evan, what you doing, mate? What's happening? And then he would go like that. Bro, I don't have a fucking clue what you just said. And I'd be like, that was me and Evan's relationship for the first 2 weeks, mate.
That accent was pretty good.
Tremendous.
No.
That's what I was
like. Okay, he goes, yeah. Oh, tremendous.
But he eventually understood you.
So Evan didn't, and end up. So what ended up happening was, right. So we'd done the video analysis. We won 3-0. We'd been through all the goals.
Lovely.
And then Rudy's in front of everyone, right? Everyone can go except for Max. So Max needs to stay. So I was like, right, okay. So I'm staying. I think he was just going to say so I'm delighted to have you back. And he goes like that, sit there. I was like, he was like a dwarf, right, mate? The guy was about 4 foot or something, right? And I was like, and he just turned out the screen, and he brings up the tackle, and he goes, do you think that's acceptable? And I went, seeing Scotland, Rudy, that's called letting them know that you're there. And then he goes, in America, that's not how it works. And he goes, if that's the kind of player that you're going to be, and you're going to be like that, he went, we don't accept that here. And he went, and as long as I'm the manager, that won't happen. And I was like, I was like, oh my God, mate, it's happening again. That's me. I'm getting patched again. I phoned Craig McGill, the guy that brought me out here, and Craig knows the owner. And Craig says, I'll get it sorted, don't worry. And I was like, nah, that's me, mate, I'm done. So I phoned my dad, and I was like, Dad, I'm probably going to come on. I got left out the squad for the next game. I thought I was me, mate, done. Swear to God, mate, after the next game, I showed up to the next training session, no Rudy, no assistant manager, guy from London taking a session, and he's like that to me, as long as I'm the manager, you'll play every game. I was like,
you get sacked?
Sacked, mate.
Sacked.
But see, the thing is, right? The team was really, really struggling. They were major struggling. I think they've lost 2 games in the bounce, and then they drew one, and then Mike came in and took the team, and mate, I think we won 9 on the bounce, and that was what eventually got us to the fit.
No,
just lacking a bit of passion.
Don't mention 9 in a row.
10. It was 10 the bounce.
Right, thank you.
Were they just lacking a bit of oomph almost? Just a bit of confidence.
Right? So Michael's first game. So my mum and dad were actually over at the time.
They come and watch it
because of them. That's why it's there. It's them.
So my mum and dad came over, and we're playing against Orange County, who Rangers have got a partnership now with. And
I love Orange County. Have you ever watched the TV show Orange County? No, you'll see.
Right, anyway.
Very good. No, I'm on the last episode. I'm about to watch the last episode. You've stopped me from watching the last episode because of you and your shower and your lovely hair. But no.
So, Max, Orange County, Florida, I'm assuming, eh?
Orange County, so it's in Irvine. No, so Florida's about, I don't know, Florida's like the other side of America, I think, to be fair.
All right, just ignore me then. So Orange County, somewhere
Yeah.
else.
You need to go to America, mate.
Basically, we put Orange County beat us 3-1 before, like in one of the games that I wasn't available for. And so we battered them the first half, mate. They were beating us 2-0 at half time. And I'll never forget this, right? I came into the changing room and every single player's head, mate, was down. I was the last one to walk in. Every single player's head was on the floor. And I remember thinking, so I just looked at everyone, mate, and I was like, just started. I lost it, major.
So what age were you then? You'd have been really young.
No,
young.
I was
20 or something.
21, 20.
Mate, I would consider that to have the balls to walk into a changing room. Last guy.
I was the
oldest.
I was the youngest
one. Who's the oldest guy? Who's the oldest guy?
24 or 25, I think.
See the thing, Kenny, like, obviously you're saying you might have been the youngest there, but you're the most experienced at a higher level, do you know what I mean?
I think it doesn't matter about how experienced. I think it just comes out of that competitiveness in you, and your response towards it. So I think that it doesn't matter, obviously, how young or how old you are, but I just think that you're as far out of your element when it comes to football you'll ever be with regards to you're on the other side of the planet. These guys have been playing with, maybe these guys have been playing with each other all their lives, X, Y, and Z, and they're all pals, and they've known each other for at least they've known each other longer than you've arrived.
But see, the thing is, so this was like
confidence, mate. It's confidence.
This was the Scottish growing up playing with Rangers, who you had to win every week at coming out. When we were getting beat 2-0, which is like unacceptable. Like, I'm playing with it. Never been 2-0 down at half time in my life, I don't think, at Rangers. So I was like, I am not accepting this for a minute. So I came into the changing room, looked at every single player, and I was like, just lost it. Like, went mental, like major duty. So everyone's sitting up and they're all like, oh my God, this guy's
what's he saying?
Like, couldn't understand what I was saying. Everyone's like, dude, I don't understand what the fuck. That's
it's amazing.
So, mate, but the thing is, right, see the coach Mike, who was for London, never even came into the changing room. So he shut the door, let me say what I had to say, and then he came in after, and he went like that. He's just said it all. Don't need to say anything. Mate, went out in the second half, 1-3-2. And I'm not saying that's the reason why. But it was like,
is the best story ever.
But mate, that just like kick-started it. Like, that was like, it was like a dream almost, like when that happened. Like, it couldn't have happened any better. Like, my mum and dad were there. It was like 2-0 down at half time.
The stars aligned.
And then it was as if it was just meant to happen. Like, we scored in the last, mate, we literally scored like in the last kick of the ball as well. Like, it was just like meant to happen. And that.
What year was that? Was that
that was just last summer, mate. That was just last summer. So
God, man, he's living the American Liverpool AC dream, isn't he? Really?
Obviously, you were out there. Was it only maybe 4 months or something like that? Because it was quite a short-term sort of deal, wasn't it?
4 months.
How did it come about you coming back? Then obviously we'll move on to how you get the job and stuff like that. So you got a phone call when you were over there. To come back to your boyhood club. So what happened?
Well, so what was kind of happening was my visa was running out because I only had like an ESTA, which lasted 4 months. There was clubs. So basically, what the USL League 2 is, it's called Path to Pro. So basically, it's all the best college. It's all the best college players play in this league. So it's like you get with the Western Conference, the Eastern Conference. We were like the last two in the Western Conference, which is like the last 8 in the whole of America. So America's obviously massive, right? Like huge. So we were in like the last 8. We get put out by Golden State Force, who were like our rivals the whole time. And and there was a lot of clubs coming to watch everyone at this time. So one of the clubs, there was a club called Fresno that play in.
Oh, I stayed in Fresno.
Right. So they were the club that wanted a few of us to go in and train. But
very small.
Yeah. But see, at the same time, mate, it's like professional football in America. Like
you can drive to Disney. That's what happened when I stayed there. You drove to Disney. Both. You're not far for entertainment, but sorry, 100%. Your story.
Well, Craig Mulholland phoned me, who's the head of Academy at Rangers, And well, see, to be fair, I had an American SIM card on my phone, so a lot of them had actually been trying to get in contact with me. But just before I went out there, I had a meeting with them at this training ground, and they said to me, "We've got a job role for you, but we can't tell you what it is." And that way, I was like,
Aye, boy.
"That's news to me." Like,
Oh my god.
But boy or
It-
something.
It could have sounded more American if you went, we got a job. But, okay, next. You've got to come back, Max. And we'll when you come back and you've nothing to go to, that's when we'll tell you, but yeah, you're cleaning boots.
that's the thing, mate. So, like, they'd
man.
also said that to me. So I went out to America, and they tried to contact me like all that time when I was out there. And because I had an American SIM, they couldn't get a hold of me. So my dad phoned me one day and he's like, "I'm just off going to Craig Holland. He's asking why nobody can get a hold of you. Like, they've been trying to phone you for like, the last couple of weeks." And I was like, "Oh my god, like, I might have ruined my chance." Like, so I phoned them straight away as soon as I heard, and he just started talking about like the fact that he wants me back and how they've had so many conversations about me, and like they've been looking at what I've been doing like the last couple of years, and he just spoke to me about all this different stuff and how he wanted me to go into different parts of the department in each part of the football club and get different wee bits and feels to eventually what I felt suited me most. So it was like an opportunity that I just couldn't like say no to. So, but
how I know I'm cutting you off there a wee bit, but how does that come about? Like, how does you've been away from the club for so long?
Never lose contact, so do you know what I mean? You've obviously made.
I just understand. I just don't understand how you've been away for the club for. It was a couple of years. It wasn't as if you were away for the club for a couple of weeks. You were away.
well,
You were away for a while.
So see, I always think like, why me? Like, I get boys messaging me that've been released to the Rangers. Like, why are you back at the club now? Like, what did you do?
No, it's none of their business. But we're going to find out why
But
it was you. This.
see all the days where like I was staying till 10 at night in the village, Gav. That's
Yes,
what I used to do. That's what I used to do at the training ground. But
Actually, you were a grafter, so they've obviously
Your
seen something in you.
your
That,
work ethic.
aye.
but I used to go and sit with Graham Murray for 2-3 hours after training and just want to learn and like go to the gym, and I would bust my butt. Like, I just wanted to make myself the best, give myself the best possible chance. But at the same time, I would go into the indoor hall and go and see the young kids, and like I would go and integrate myself with young kids. But mate, I just never wanted to go home. Like, that was like my thing, mate. Like, I just loved it so much, mate.
Do you think that was because you were a Rangers fan, though? Do you think you were just obsessed with the club? And
Nah, there was a few times Max actually spoke through this and said it was before this and before training for that, and I thought your work ethic's really good.
Aye, Ross County, you said as well. Actually, sorry.
And I was wanting to go in and go, well, this is why you get picked for that, but I didn't want to go, oh, I know you really well, Max, but I can pick talent when I see it. So that's your work ethic. What Des said in the podcast before, hard work, it beats talent, doesn't it? And
it does. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, mate. There's a better one.
Oh, there we go.
That's the easy told me that every other week.
Well, mate, I mean, it probably was a factor of being a Rangers supporter, yes, but the fact that I was in one of the best facilities in Britain, I had the best coaching staff, I had the best, like, whatever else, equipment to go and use. I was just like, how can you not just want to, like, be there all the time? I just couldn't understand how boys just wanted to just go home, like, straight away. It just used to, and boys used to say to me all the time, oh, what you doing, busy boys? But see the ones they're the ones that are the ones asking me now how I'm back there, you know what I mean? So that never used to bother me, mate. So see, if I used to sit with Mutts for 2-3 hours and go through why I made that pass and all that one, that was like, I used to love that, mate. And that's why I try to say to kids now, utilise what you've got, like, because you don't know what you've got until it's like gone, because it just goes like that. So
right, Max, for anybody who doesn't know, so talk us through your role. So you're back to Rangers, obviously. What is your role, and what do you do?
Whoa! What was the best thing about working in America? Like, the best time in America, best thing, because when it comes to like California and LA, I'd stay there for 24 hours. My best memory was not
you were scared,
being killed.
mate.
Aye, so you live in a different life. I was very much near Skid Row. You will not. Nah, come on. Best time in California.
don't want to get myself in trouble because I've got a problem. So
Nobody's listening to this, far, mate.
No, nobody cares. So why don't we say there was a person in California called another name beginning with M. Gav, that was near
Joey, called Joey.
Martin, Californian Martin was living life. What happened to him? Did he have a night out?
He used to go out very frequently. He was actually drinking every day at the beach, to be quite honest.
Oh my goodness!
Ventura Beach.
Martin's wild.
Mate, do you want to know what the best thing about America was? Like being
Aye, go for it. Go for it.
See, living in California, right, and going and playing football in San Francisco, Hollywood.
I was going to say, did you see the Hollywood sign?
Mate, we did the Hollywood
hike. Gav.
You saying?
Mate, we did the Hollywood hike, and see, even that day, like, we did the Hollywood hike, and then one of the boys, French boys, Hugo, his best mate was playing with a team that was playing LA Galaxy. Right. I can't remember who it was. It was like San Jose Earthquakes, and he was playing.
What a name, man!
Right, so he got his tickets for the game. So one of the best seats in LA Galaxy Stadium, mate. And then Hugo, they beat LA Galaxy that night. So Hugo texted us. Well, I was with him obviously. So Hugo's pal texted him and said, "We're all going out tonight. We've got a booth in like the best club in LA, like in Hollywood. If you want to come, mate." Like, honestly, like
unbelievable, Jeff.
And it was just like, mate, we booked like the worst hotel I have ever stayed in my whole life, mate. Like, literally.
Oh, Kenny stayed in the worst hotel you've ever stayed in your life.
Did Keezy tell us that? Aye.
Aye.
It was the perspex, and there was blood on the sheets.
Okay, you win. You definitely win, mate.
Like the Burger King took food stamps. Like,
oh, nice.
I'm assuming you love the podcast and you've listened, and you know this. Like, but
I know that story.
Just in case, I know it was horrible, and like, I did not expect this to happen, but no, nevertheless.
Right.
Is that what pushed you to come back to Rangers then? Like,
I would say, I think that it was just more the opportunity more than anything else. I've not even so basically my main role, is
aye, that's what I was going to say.
Me and another guy are basically in charge of the scouting department for the academy. So my boss, David Stevenson, he's the academy scouting manager. My title is children and scouting. Wait, I don't even know. Right.
It's been locked in for a couple of weeks, mate. He's forgot his role.
It's a big podcast. Just take your time.
But basically I help him, or try and help him as much as possible. But I touch into the coaching side of it a wee bit as well, and a bit of the analysis side of it as well. Basically, mate, I'm just kind of a touch and a feel for sort of everything that's in the club. But my main role is within the scouting for the academy.
For academy with regards to age of.
So I'm basically watching players from the ages now of 2014 all the way up to probably about my age, mate. To be fair.
So you're like maybe 2014. You're like maybe what 11 to maybe 17, 18? No,
5 and 6, mate.
5 and 6? Oh, 2014. Sorry. Aye, sorry.
20 to 21-year-old, it's madness, mate. Utter madness. So,
how does that work then? Like, they're so. I'm saying, how does that work? Obviously, I know how it works. Like, you watch the videos, you watch the players, you see how it works. But what spectrum? Like, so does it work with regards to you go and pick 4 clubs or 4 teams, or are you out for 8 AM to what time? Does time stop? Like, you could be out for 15 hours. Like, you could be out all day.
We've 42 scouts, mate. So. And that's based around the whole of Scotland, and also a couple that go cross-border and stuff. So it's hard for me because I still play on a Saturday at 3 o'clock every Saturday. So I usually go and watch games.
How did he feel about that? Did he go, no, hold on?
That was one of the biggest
things. Did they encourage it? Would they maybe encourage it?
I think they do. Well, they're a football club, essentially. Like, that's what Craig said to me. He said, if you think a football club's going to stop you from playing football, you're wrong. Like, and there's a few things where I've questioned whether it's because I'm missing out on opportunities to go down and watch like Chelsea on the 23s on a Saturday, or Arsenal or go to like a different country for like the weekend or whatever. But I mean, just before lockdown happened, I went to Alicante on a trip and I watched like Portugal under 19s, Norway under 19s, Turkey under 19s, Romania. Like I was just watching, like, getting paid to watch football, mate. It's no it's no the worst.
Was that your dad there saying, "Give my laptop back"?
Is that Big Rico?
Mr. Ashmore going, "No, you didn't."
So, so
Does Mr. Ashmore want to come on the podcast? Get him in.
He's Barnett's not good enough enough for that, I think.
He's got a Boris Barnett, as I've said. Right, but Max, so just before we finish, mate, what's happening for the future then? What do you see yourself doing? Like, obviously you're in the scouting department for, maybe under whatever 2014 to reserves.
One of the biggest clubs in Britain. So,
of course, mate. As I said, I'm a Celtic fan, but you've got admiration for Rangers as well. They're a big, massive club in Britain. So
yours would be nowhere without us. That's
of course, and vice versa, mate. It's
no vice versa. We would be
right. Anyway, this isn't political, Kenny. So
I'm talking shit, Gav. But what's happening to me, Max? Manager Rangers.
To be fair, mate, I'm just blessed to do what I'm doing now. I think to have put so much of my life into football at a young age and to been able to have a career at the moment and hopefully going forward
for the future.
That's what the PT thing. Look, I enjoyed, but I couldn't really see myself doing that for any longer than what I did.
The good thing about PT, Max, though, is you can always go back to it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know
you've got the qualification there.
I honestly didn't think you were 22, so I'm 32 this year. That's horrendous.
Me and Max are the young ones here, Kenny. You're the young boys.
I look really young in this frame.
It's the lighting, mate. The lighting does it to you.
Aye, so is the reflection in your glasses, you old bastard. But no, at 22, man, just see any moment you get, any course, any string to your bow, man, just take it, because what a job, man. I'd love that job.
What, mate, honestly, like,
it's a dream job, and I know obviously at moments you'll be like, I'm sick of this, man. Like, I don't know what's been going on. Like, how does coaching happen during all this? Like, the world came to lockdown, so
Rangers have been unbelievable, mate. Honestly, like the platform given for the kids is they delivered a sensible.
Like you said, with the Jermaine Defoe thing, it was just I had a Google and I clicked and it was like the Rangers Youth Academy and they had a thing with Jermaine Defoe and stuff like that.
Striker Academy kind of type thing.
I just think, well, I just don't understand how he's such a high profile player. Like, how are they managing to get him to go, well, why can't you teach your players? He's not a Rangers player. His club could have pulled him and said, no, listen, we need you to do this. We want you to do this. But for them to pull that and do such a cool thing, man, it's unbelievable.
But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I couldn't credit the coach and the rest of the staff anymore for what they've done during this lockdown period. See, to come out of this lockdown period in a position than what we were before, I think the club's done that. And it's just something that probably many clubs have came out and not been in the position that we've been in, but what they always try and move forward rather than move backwards. And the academy, the first team, I think the whole club from top to bottom has done that fantastically.
Really pushed on. I also, it takes me right back to the start of this whole conversation when it comes to you personally and the way school and football was kind of like, it was one or the other. I've always, I nipped away to the toilet, and I think the American kind of platform, like, they push you to get the qualification as well as playing the sport.
Aye.
I feel we are slowly getting to that sort of.
It's like a scholarship type thing, isn't it?
Aye. But then in America, they're like, well, you don't pay the players, and these players are so good, and they're putting their lives in the line. Well, there needs to be a middle ground, because like Max should have gave me like his higher maths, higher English, and he felt like all I can give that is one day, because the risk outweighed the reward I can push everything into football and walk away with hundreds of £1,000.
Yeah.
But he had to risk his full education. I'd have done the same.
100%, mate.
Definitely.
And Max,
everybody would have.
See, just before we head off, right? I've got
No, we need to ask him these. No, we need to.
Go on,
We're getting to these
I've got a
questions.
couple of questions.
No, well, I'll ask him. No, I'm kidding on, Giff. On you go. Push on.
Right, Max. Right, so I know we've taken your time for maybe must be about 2 years, Kenny, yeah?
I will. I'm fed up of saying aye.
I know.
It's definitely not.
Right,
But
so Max, we've got a couple of questions for you, right? Just quick fire.
Cool.
Rattle it off and then we're done, right? So, one, what's your favourite takeaway?
Chinese.
Is it?
What would you get at Chinese?
Chicken fried rice, mate. Mate, I'm not a big fan.
Quite a pure show, mate. Quite a pure show. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a healthy boy.
Yeah.
Healthy boy.
That's the
Right. The next one's a bit controversial because Kenny and I have different opinions. I am brew your cream soda.
I'm brew, mate.
See, Kenny, I
Pish.
tell you.
No.
Kenny
I'd ra-
actually prefers cream soda to Iron
Cream
Brew.
soda's like
I
when
would-
you're a wee guy, mate. I feel that's like
I used to drink that with vodka when I was like 14.
Oh, we're not doing this podcast anymore.
No. Right.
You're
So-
asking it, we'll ask it. You got a day.
You ask it, Kenny. Go for it, mate. Go for it.
Right. He's leaned forward, so he's keen on the question.
I'm listening, mate. I'm listening.
Right, Max, you have one drink and one drink only. This is no reference to another show or nothing else inside your life. What would you and the other person... Oh, Gav, no. Right,
Right,
hold on.
I'll say it, right?
I get too much pressure there.
Right,
so much
Max,
pressure, man.
Max, you have one drink and
Sorry.
one drink only. What would you drink and who would it be with?
are you talking like anyone in the world?
Anyone at all, mate. Any drink, anyone in the planet.
My bud's just walked past it, mate, so I feel like I'd
Don't say hard, mate. She's excluded from this conversation.
Right, okay. I would probably say oh mate, that's so hard. What? That's like the maddest question anyone's ever asked. I would say probably Jimmy Bullard.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
What a class answer, by the way. That's brilliant.
And
Jimmy B. What's the drink?
I don't know, mate. That's a tough one. A pint, just a
Pint of what?
aye. I'm pure. Oh, Jesus Christ, Gav, you want to have a pint? Just a pint of whatever's gone in that pub
Right, a
that
pint
you
of
just two
tenants.
bars with.
Let's see what a pint of tenants if you're drinking with Jimmy Bullard.
You go into the social, mate, you get a pint of Corona, so there you go.
There you go.
Oh, you
Right.
do? And how bad is it? It's pure flat, man. And it's in a disgusting glass. I'm not happy with it. But I'm so upset I can't even read that question there. I'm pure devastated. I wish I'd typed it. No, you. Aye.
I typed it the exact same way you would. But anyway, right, Max, thanks very much for coming on, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure. Sorry to take up so much of your time. I think it's been
I think it's more
quite
me.
a while. mate.
Very briefly, we're drinking Rangers gear. Have you got any
Oh.
yet?
No, yet, mate. I'm going on Friday, so I might
Getting fitted.
I'll stay back after lockdown, so I might get the old measure up then. But if not, mate, it's decent, you know. So I
For
mean,
what I've seen on the socials, oft. That's what I'm saying.
it's like decent, mate. I think I prefer the player kit to the coaches kit, to be fair. But that's
It's
just,
always the same, man. You always prefer the training gear for
100%.
It's weird.
well, I actually
innit? It's
prefer the
weird.
kit last year, mate. I like the grey one to the blue and the navy, to be fair. So, but
Oh,
again,
is it, how do you say the new brand? How do you say that name?
Castor.
Castor.
Castor. It's no French. You go Castore. No.
You're being
It's
optimistic.
Scouse. It's Scouse.
I'm going to say it's no French. It's not from Paris. Right. Right, boys.
Right, okay.
It's been a
No.
pleasure. Max, thanks so much.
Sorry
mate.
for taking up your time, Gav. Sorry, Max. Max was meant to be here. Gav, you're always here. You're never off.
Max, absolute pleasure, mate.
Yep. Listen, thanks very much. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, it's no even as if I've been on a call, mate. It's just three just been talking. I mean, I know
That's
me
the
and
whole
Gav,
point.
Kate, and also I've just kind of met you, mate, through Zoom and whatever, and I'd love to get a pint with me or something sometime as well. But me and Gav have got a habit of just talking absolute nonsense. to be fair.
No,
We have indeed, mate.
oh, mate.
And listen,
The
it'll not be the
door
last time.
is
It'll not be the last time.
always open, mate. Aye, Gav, your
course.
forehead looks really shiny, but
I'm a wee bit sweaty, mate. Kenny, don't point it out, eh?
I just need to. I feel like you're too handsome. Like, it's just you need to be brought down a peg or two.
You're not talking to me,
But
you're
Max-
talking to Max, obviously. Because
No, Max. The door's always open, mate. Any point you want to come on here and talk absolute dribble,
I
because
do.
it's absolute class stories. So
Brilliant, lads. Loved it. Absolutely loved
perfect,
it.
mate.
right,
You're
Max,
too
away,
nice.
enjoy the rest of your night, mate, and we'll hopefully speak to you soon, okay?
Cheers, lads. Thanks very
Right,
much.
cheers,
again.
boys. See you
Cheers.
later on. Bye-bye.